Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey guys, how does the Rocketeer like his OJ?
How?
With extra pulp.
Because
okay,
of the
I
pulp
gotcha.
Because the
thing.
theme, you know?
The theme,
Yeah.
the pulp theme.
Yeah.
I thought like the rocket ran on pulp or something.
Or orange juice.
Orange juice.
Rocket on
Yeah,
orange
yeah.
juice.
Maybe screwdrivers.
I don't know.
Yeah. How is that?
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Didn't shoot that one in there quick enough.
No.
Did I?
You missed me with that barb.
I did. How his ass doesn't catch fire with the flames coming out of the pack. That's
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
One
sure.
of the mysteries of the universe.
He's wearing space pants.
would have been
It's precious cargo.
safer with the
It's the hot pants.
with the
Flying
orange
pants.
juice. Flying
They are
pants.
now.
Special
the hot
pants.
pants.
It's going to be a fun night. Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads. The show now brought to you by the new Robert Downey Jr. vitamin supplements, complete with vitamin B, D, calcium, and plenty of iron, man. I am Mark, and I know I am Mark, and with me, as always, are the Roger Goodell and Taylor Swift to my people who love to screw football players.
Boo!
Derek.
And Brian.
And joining us, as always,
I was saying boo iron.
I was saying boo. I was saying boo Trump, not boo. Sorry. And joining us, as always, to say F you to math and the accuracy of our show title, the man who puts the 4 in 4 rooms, Tito.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
I don't know.
nice. That's a good
Hey,
I didn't know where
hey.
they were going.
It is a good movie.
Am I the
isn't it? How's
Eli
everybody
Roth of that
doing?
movie?
How are you?
We're
Yes. The
Everybody
bell-
have
the
a good
bell
week? Everybody having
Yeah,
a good week?
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
bad.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Wednesday.
See.
Did we watch the Super Bowl? The
We
Super,
did.
the
Everybody
Superb
watches
Owl.
the
Superb
Everybody-
owl.
Everybody watched the Superb Owl. Did we
Everybody
enjoy it?
watches
I won some money.
Were we all?
Oh,
Who
did
won
you?
money?
You know, I didn't win any money.
I had a
So
square.
you didn't enjoy
I
it.
actually could. I
You hit on a
almost.
square?
Yeah, I hit. So I hit the sec.
Did you hit on a square last year?
I think I did.
I think
yeah,
you
I think you did too.
I hit the second quarter, and then that score, that 0-7, like almost happened twice
Yeah.
at the and they, if they had just kneeled, if they have just knelt at the end of that game instead of giving the interception and then having them score again, I would have had an
Another
extra
square.
$500.
Lousy
Hey.
Kansas City.
So yeah,
Oh, but they lost.
yeah, they both suck.
Who saw that coming? Did anybody see this coming? That the Eagles would have?
I thought it was going to be more of a competitive game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
honestly, but
Did you
Yeah,
think
Eagles
the
came to
Eagles were
play.
going to win though? Because I mean,
Honestly,
the Chiefs were the favorite, right?
I didn't think the Eagles were going to win.
I
but
didn't think they were going to win either.
The Vegas line was getting closer and closer as the day was going on.
Oh, really?
Then I started to think, oh, Vegas knows something I don't know, because they always do.
Well, something happened that day with Mahomes, right? Some family thing.
Oh, really?
There was something that happened like right before the game, I think.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, so they probably
Yeah, he
had
looked
that.
like shit, man. Curse of Tom Brady, man. You can't win when Tom is in the house.
No.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when Tom
I
is
wonder
around.
what he was really
He
thinking.
He didn't win in the AFC Championship game against Brady. He didn't win in the Super Bowl
Super
against
Bowl.
Brady, and
Yep.
he didn't win when Brady was calling the Super Bowl. So.
Certainly did not.
I wonder if he's going to pull a Drake and try to sue.
Yeah, he might. He's such a fucking baby.
Maybe. And
What a
then
baby.
Tom Brady will
Just see his
come back
dad.
with a video.
His
He
dad
got into like a argument
scuffle
with another
John
baseball
Rocker.
player. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What a
Well, I
fucking
guess they have a
loser.
history.
Who?
It was Patrick Mahomes,
Mahomes
Sr.
Sr.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Against
and
who?
John
Rocker.
Rocker.
got into an argument like
Yeah.
out in fucking Louisiana
Oh.
on the street.
Really?
Like, what are you doing on the street, dude? Your kid's in the Super Bowl. Fucking what a
That's
loser.
my boy you're talking about. I don't think he sounds like that, but that's
Well,
He's
this
a
Mahomes sounds like a
fucking
Muppet.
bum. His whole family's weird.
not until you pointed that out, man.
Really? You never
Not
noticed
It's
that?
not like
Well,
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
Who does?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes sounds like Kermit the Frog.
No,
yeah.
he sounds like
Jake from State Farm, what are you doing here?
he sounds like Danny McBride. Freeman played a video of Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes
I've seen that.
talking,
Yeah.
and it
Like Danny
morphs
McBride's
into
like
Danny
regular
McBride.
voice?
Yeah.
Like something he'd do on Pineapple Express.
Oh,
or something.
okay.
Yeah, I've seen
And
that. Yeah, I've seen that too.
I couldn't even tell the difference. I'm like, he sounds like Danny McBride. It is Danny McBride, you idiot. So, yeah.
That was cool.
Nice.
So now
There's some cool
next year
commercials.
I've just got some new riffing material.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
Mahomes?
fun, yeah. Oh dang, didn't get the ball. You know, Seagulls, stop it now. Yeah. Penny for your thoughts, Brady. You know, we could have a lot of fun with that.
What'd you guys think of the halftime?
I liked it. It was very
I liked
cinematic.
it. Yes.
Yeah, my kids
Yes.
liked it.
Like if I was there, I might not have enjoyed it as much, but it was clearly set up to be filmed.
Right.
Like him going.
Oh, the
in a
choreography
circle,
was awesome. The
like
flag.
the above shots,
Yep.
the stuff with Sam
There's
Jackson.
a lot of marching. A lot of
That was
marching.
very cinematic.
Why is Sam Jackson there?
He's Uncle Sam.
And
Yeah, okay,
That's
all right.
like I
And
can't think of an
Trump-
easier way to explain that
Trump
metaphor.
hates him.
His name is Sam Jackson.
Trump hates
Trump
him.
hates
Trump
Sam
has
Jackson?
because Sam Jackson basically outed him as a cheater at golf.
Oh,
he
really?
called him out on it, made
Interesting.
it public. Yeah, and so he's held. a
After all
grudge
the
ever
things
since.
he's been called out on, that
I know,
that
right?
was the straw.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, hey, whatever.
I don't think. I don't
what's
think
important
Trump
to him?
waits to decide who he wants to hate. He'll find one thing that he hates
Yeah,
about
that's
you
true.
and then kind of
right.
harp on that for the rest of his life.
Get
That's
a
it.
puppy cap in your ass, Sam.
I mean, maybe it
worst
was
Donald Trump.
the
That's
curse
not
of him because he was like, Chiefs are going to win. He
Right.
was 100% wrong
You
on
think
that shit.
you really?
He was all pro Chiefs going into that game.
Well, you can't have Brady and you can't have Trump back.
Yeah.
That's
So,
right.
there you go.
I thought it was fun. Could you guys, you couldn't understand what he was
Not
saying?
a thing.
No. That's what
I
I'm hearing.
understood
Not
most of
a
it.
thing. I am
Siobhan's a
old.
huge Kendrick Lamar fan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And she
Kendrick,
knew like
right? Not
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Kendra's a woman's
Kendrick.
name.
Kendra's a woman. All right, well, you know, I don't know. These days,
Kendrick.
I don't judge.
He wasn't born these days.
No, he wasn't.
He was born many years ago.
For real? Oh,
he's
shit.
a grown ass man, dog.
He's like in his 30s. He's like 30 years old.
No, I stopped listening
He
30
was like
years ago.
7.
She was filling me in on like the whole beef. I kind of knew a little bit about it, but I
beef.
didn't know like the extent.
What's
And
for
I
dinner?
Oh, that they not like
Yeah.
us. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I-
yeah,
and,
That
like-
makes it a lot more
and
interesting.
Serena, like I didn't know that she
They
dated,
Days to
dated,
date.
yeah.
Yeah.
that was cool.
That was very cool. Also, she crip walked at the Olympics and got a lot of shit for it.
At
When she won
Wimbledon,
the gold
it was
medal.
Wimbledon. Yeah, she got in trouble
Well, she
for it.
won the gold when she won the gold medal.
Oh,
she,
was it
she
gold
crip
medal?
walked. Yeah.
All right.
Because you're not allowed to do shit like that.
Right.
In Wimbledon,
No,
Real
no showboating, no
Yeah.
celebrating.
Which you can't do, huh? I don't understand why.
I don't know why you can't celebrate. John McEnroe used to treat the fucking refs like shit.
He used to
Everybody
throw
thought that
the
was
rackets
fantastic.
at
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
All she did was dance for winning. Fun stuff.
It was
Yeah.
good stuff.
Good times. You can't.
There were a
that's
lot of
weird.
stupid commercials. But nothing that was fun.
I watched it on Tubi,
Seal-
and
the
I
Seal commercial.
I don't think I feel like I missed a
You
bunch
got
of
like the
commercials.
same 3 commercials
Right,
for
it,
3 hours.
Because people were talking about like certain commercials, and I'm like, I didn't see that. Like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
because they play the same game commercial every
Yeah.
fucking 30 seconds.
Hymns.
Yeah, Hims,
Yeah.
Hims, hers, Gain, sometimes Tide Pods. Yeah.
Him's nervous.
There were a couple of Hims nervous.
Him's
Yeah.
nervous because his dick don't get hard.
Was it they had a Thunderbolts? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
the Jurassic World I wasn't really paying attention to.
It's Scarlet
see that
Joe.
one.
Scarlet Joe
and,
faces
Herschel
scary.
Ali's in it.
Yeah.
There's like a weird dinosaur though.
Yeah, but it's
They
always
always
scary.
throw some like
Yeah.
new.
We created a new hybrid.
Right. Fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
They can
But
ride a
these are
bike.
the scary dinosaurs, right? These are like the
These can open a door with a key.
the mishaps.
Put the key in the door,
Yeah.
turn it, and then
They
turn
can
the
drive
knob.
a car.
Yeah, not just open doors. We're talking locked doors.
While their
They know
buddy
how to text.
while their buddy like hacks in and disables the security.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah,
The Lockpickosaurus.
Dinosaur
they
hackers.
remember. You know what I wish?
Pass
I wish he
combination.
remembered. I wish Muldooney remembered that they attacked from the side.
Right,
That's what
I
I
know.
wish he remembered.
Yeah, he got taken down way too.
They
easy.
remember. He doesn't remember.
you remembered too late.
They didn't remember.
Clever
shit.
girl.
Yeah. At least he gave her her props.
Yep.
Will you go
Where
see
she
it? Are we
fucking
gonna?
ripped him
are we
apart.
gonna-
Oh, I'll totally
Will
see
you
it. I
else
love them.
Jurassic
I love
Park
all
and
those. I eat
scary
those.
dinosaurs.
I'm done. I'm done.
I didn't see the
Yeah,
last one.
it's the same exact shit over and over and over
I know.
again.
Yeah, but this
But
one
I like
has
seeing
Scarlet
it.
Joe.
Yeah, and at least they added new characters. Like
So,
I didn't want to see
don't
Bryce
know.
Dallas anymore.
just
and
covered in sweat.
I never wanted to see Bryce Dallas. She's
Running in
Bryce
high
Dallas?
heels.
Not
I
a
love
Bryce Dallas.
Oh, I like Bryce Dallas.
That the Gwen Stefani, yeah. Gwen Stacy thing ruined it for me.
Oh man.
You didn't like her, Gwen Stacy?
Nobody did.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nah, she has a potato face.
was
She's got a whole potato face.
Oh, I think she's so cute.
She is
Yeah.
cute, but you got to remember
Yeah.
she's got Clint Howard genes running through
That's
her
what
body.
I'm saying. So it's like,
so
damn.
it's got to come to the surface sooner or
She
later.
came out of those people. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
I'd rather watch Clint Howard. I'll be the first to say it. I'd rather watch Clint. I like Clint Howard better.
This
I
is
believe it.
Tranya.
I believe it.
All right. Well, that concludes the sports section of our show. Shall we get on with it? Good.
to it.
Well, I was about to say main course, but we're
No.
not there yet. Jumping the gun. Tonight, we take to the skies as we continue our Fantasy February month Pulp Fantasy edition with Joe Johnston's The Rocketeer. The story about a man with a cool helmet, jetpack, and no, it's not Boba Fett, though both sport a mean pair of cargo pants.
His backpack's got jets.
He's Boba the Fett. But before we grab our bubble gum and suit up for the wild blue yonder, our own pilot of pastries, patties, and pad thai, Brian, has an in-flight appetizer to start us off.
Oh, no. Not again. Check, please.
Brian.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Brian.
Hey, tonight, as Mark mentioned, we continue with our Fantasy February look at pulp heroes, and this week we're going to be looking at The Rocketeer. In this film, Billy Campbell stars as Cliff Secord, a determined young air racer and stunt pilot who stumbles across a top-secret rocket pack, and with the help of his mechanic and mentor, hey, there's that word again, Peevy, played by Alan Arkin, he attempts to save his girlfriend and stop the Nazis as The Rocketeer. But before Cliff became the Rocketeer, however, he was just an ordinary pilot trying to make a name for himself by racing planes. Ordinary people with no superpowers of their own doing extraordinary things as masked heroes is nothing new. So we thought it might be fun to take a look at some of our favorite superheroes who possess no super abilities of their own.
Derek.
All right. Now I know everybody knew what I was going to pick, and I stayed away from the single character. I'm going with the whole Bat family.
Yeah.
It's easy to just go with Batman. Everybody, he's.
I knew you were going
right.
to do that.
Yeah.
You still
So
kept
you
it in
didn't-
the...
you didn't
still
stay
He's
out
not
of the
going to pick
cave.
one. He's going to
I
pick them
know.
all.
I'm going to pick them all.
Except for Batman.
Right.
Good move.
I had to.
I'm going to take that long-handled broom and I'm going to scrape them all off the ceiling of that bad cave. Talk about him.
I mean, obviously, Batman is one that first comes to mind to pretty much everybody when you say non-powered superheroes. But I've always said my favorite thing about Batman is the supporting cast. They're the reason I'm a fan, and most of them could make basically a significant stand on this list individually. Anyway, I mean, you got Nightwing, who's a high flyer. He's got lots of quips, a great costume, great weapons. Red Hood, gun-blazing black sheep of the family. Red Robin, one of the smartest in the DC universe.
Great restaurant.
Right.
Yum.
Oh, that's the one that Tim Drake became, right?
Yes.
Red Robin?
Yep.
Red Robin.
Yum.
Cassandra Cain, who really actually, I looked online and I just kind of like think if there was anybody else, and Cassandra Cain's on a lot of these lists, like just individually, because she's one of the most lethal and gifted fighters in the DC universe. The Batgirls in general are good. Huntress is like essentially a female Punisher. Batwing has his cool high-tech wingsuit, along with Azrael, who also sports a high-tech suit featuring AI. So They each bring something to the table and make the Bat family as a whole a group of non-powered humans who can hold their own against those with powers.
And Symbol too, right? Isn't Symbol?
Oh, Signal, yes.
Signal.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
sorry,
exactly.
not Symbol.
Although Signal, well, but Signal is
Symbol.
Kendra, Symbol.
Simba. He's got
Charlie
a whole.
it's the Bat symbol. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Charlie
no,
fucking
it's
Chan.
not
The Bat symbol.
his suit doesn't give him the power. That's the thing, and that's why I left him off. He's actually.
I don't even remember his name anymore.
No, Duke Thomas is actually a metahuman, which is DC's version of mutants.
I never met a
So
human.
he
who
is
like,
powered.
Okay.
He has an ability.
Oh,
so.
Duke Thomas does have powers?
Yeah,
he
he's
didn't.
got this like precognitive kind of thing where he can like basically see things that happen using light.
Well, shit, I don't
Oh,
remember that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Signal.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Symbol Shepherd.
The Bat family.
All
Big
right.
surprise.
Yes, the Bat family.
The
Brian?
Bat family.
All right, so this was a tough one.
The Iron Man family.
The Iron Man family.
Iron Lad.
I didn't want to pick Iron Man as much as he's my go-to. He was my first choice, and you guys all called me out on it. And there are plenty of other Marvel heroes that don't have powers. I was really trying to think out of the box with this one, and I thought I had one nailed down. But looking it up, he really does have superpowers. So, like you, I kind of went with his sidekick. Like you picked the Bat family.
Okay.
I went with Arthur from The Tick.
Oh, funny. Because the tick is like
that's right.
indestructible.
I'm like, he's strong, but how strong is he? And then I'm like, oh no, he does have super strength. He is invulnerable.
He can't fucking die.
He can't. So Arthur, like many superheroes,
It's good. Yeah.
like many superheroes, the Tick has a sidekick, a rather plump former accountant named Arthur. Arthur wears a white moth suit that allows him to fly. However, he is often mistaken for a bunny due to the long ear-like antennae of his costume and the fact that his wings are often folded up.
Classic.
I love every iteration. I've read a handful of the comics. They weren't easy to get a hold of back in the day, so I don't even know if I have any in my collection, but I know I've read a few. But the first cartoon on Fox was
The animated
hilarious.
series is great.
Oh my
So
God,
funny.
Batmanuel. All the supporting characters.
Later Mouse.
Oh, that's so good, so good. The live action one.
The Patrick Warburton.
With Patrick Warburton. And the second one that Amazon came out with a few years ago with Peter Serafinowicz.
Right.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
She's good.
Yeah,
Love
I never
that.
watched that one.
Oh, it's so good. It's a shame it only lasted 2 seasons
They
before
were
they
both
canceled
good.
it.
I liked both series.
Yeah,
actually.
and every iteration of Arthur is great. He's the conscious of the Tick. He's so good. So I had to go with Arthur.
Nice.
And
Excellent.
check out the Tick. Check out Arthur.
It's a good one.
Like it.
I'm going Rorschach from The Watchmen.
Nice.
He's one of my favorite heroes, and I read this I've read this book probably. I think Ronan was like 3 or 4, so at least 14 years ago. And I had never heard of The Watchmen. They were making the movie, and I was like, oh, I want to check out the graphic novel, and I instantly fell in love with this guy. He is just a piece of shit.
Oh, he's a badass.
But with integrity. He has more integrity than most of the heroes you read about, where up until his last moment, he's like, I don't care. I'm going to tell everybody, unless you kill me. So you better kill me, because I can't let you get away with this. And the fact that his mask is made from the dress from his mother's dress shop, who clearly fucked him up mentally, but he keeps it with him, as a memento. And he has no gadgets other than the things he got from Night Owl that he just didn't give back. So I really enjoy this character. I like when he goes to prison. I like when you find out that he's just a fucking nerdy guy with the sign that's the world's going to end. I just absolutely love this character.
On Friday.
Yeah, on Friday. So yeah, I'm always been a huge fan of Rorschach.
Have you read any of the new series?
No,
that
I
DC
have.
put out?
You let me borrow. I still haven't finished it.
Oh, Doomsday Clock?
Yeah, it's fucking thick.
Oh my.
But I want. But you let me borrow something else
it's a
too that
long
I haven't
read.
finished.
Because he ended up getting his own series after that.
Did he?
After Doomsday. Yeah.
There was
No, I
before Watchmen. There's Doomsday Clock, which is awesome. And the new animated Watchmen movie is on.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Is
Yeah.
on HBO Max.
yeah.
And he's voiced by my boy Titus Welliver. I love saying that.
Oh, Bosch.
okay.
Voiced by Bosch himself.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, he has a great voice. He was Carmine Falcone in the Long Halloween. Got a great voice for animation. But yeah, good pick. Like that one.
Yeah, I love that character.
I'm going Steel.
That's my runner-up.
I was I was afraid somebody was going to pick Steel because John Henry Irons, awesome. I love this guy from the start. I didn't care for the movie very much, but in the comics he's fantastic. Just the guy inspired by Superman to be as much of Superman as possible with technology, his suit, everything about him. The look is great. He's basically got the cybernetic gear, but he's got the red cape. And I don't know. I always found that design very appealing, very cool.
That's what I thought somebody was going to take mine. Steel was my backup.
Oh, no kidding.
Because I love Steel.
Yeah.
And I'm not a
I
Superman
kind of thought
fan.
you were going to go Rorschach.
I'm not a Superman fan, but I fucking love Steel.
Yeah, I love Steel. I want to see more of him. I hope he comes into more animated movies or live action, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's a character that's underused. He's been used once badly, and I think he shows up in some of the...
He's in some of the Justice League Unlimited episodes.
Unlimited.
He
Yeah,
appears
right,
a few times. I think he's got some speaking lines.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hammer,
he's got that,
the
like,
big
I don't
hammer.
know. I just like that he's not an alien from another planet that grew up on a fucking farm, but he still has the same kind of... He is as good as Clark Kent is good.
Yeah.
Right, and just from a different place, and he like makes his own suit, and he wants to help out.
And I think if you read Darwin Johnston's, no, is that his name? Not Darwin Johnston. What the hell is his name?
Charles Darwin.
New Frontier. Why the hell am I?
Oh,
Jesus Christ! How am I blanking
That's
on
not
this?
him.
Darwin Johnston was freaking Napoleon Wilson.
I just googled
Wasn't
Jesus
Denny,
Christ.
Did you?
I meant to Google New Frontier.
Darwin Cook. If
Darwin
you read
Cook.
Darwin
He had
Cook's-
superpowers too.
He did, yeah. Fucking walking on water, all that shit.
If you read Darwin Cook's The New Frontier, one of the very first superheroes in the book back in the day is Steele's like great grandfather, who's also John Henry Irons, and he basically puts on a hood and a hammer and goes after the KKK. So
Oh, cool. That's cool.
that whole backstory of just a black guy trying to be like Superman and wanting what Superman could have, but coming from an entirely different background,
Sure.
and with a whole other kind of history behind him. It's just a cool concept and an awesome idea, and I hope they explore it.
Yeah, and I love, Tall Tales, I always love the fucking Tall Tales.
Yeah.
So just the John Henry, the fucking Hammering Man,
right.
the story of that, and
Yeah.
who that character is, and how it's kind of like baked into his backstory is also very cool. Yeah, great pick.
Runners up.
Runners up.
Punisher, obviously. Hit Girl, Judge Dredd.
Oh, Hit Girl.
And Hawkeye.
Judge fucking
Judge
Dredd.
Dredd's in them.
What a good one.
Good one. I didn't even think about
know.
that.
Me either.
Yeah, and I got to add in
Congratulations.
Hawkeye. I never used to like him,
Yeah.
but Liam, it's one of his favorite characters. So
I loved Hawkeye
He's
when I was a
definitely
kid.
grown on me.
Yeah,
I
and you
can't-
brought up Hawkeye last week or the week before about
Yeah.
how you really like the series.
Yeah, I
and,
mean-
what a good mentor he is.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do like him.
I do like him.
I like Hawkeye, Green Arrow, like Robin Hood.
Yeah, I like good
Anybody
archers.
with a bow and arrow, I
Right.
thought was the coolest shit when
Absolutely.
I was a kid.
Yep.
And now I'm just like, what a fucking lame.
Yeah, Green Arrow.
Get a crossbow
Hawkeye.
already.
Huntress.
Oh, Huntress is a good pick.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another one. Mm-hmm. Your runners up?
I got Falcon, who is now
yeah,
Captain
yeah,
America.
That's right.
Even though in the trailer it kind of looks like he might have some super strength going on.
No, he didn't take the serum.
He didn't,
Nope.
but
Oh,
is
no,
something
he's
enhancing
got-
him because
oh,
he
it's
picks
like,
up like a marble table and chucks it.
Well, the
There's
suits.
some like,
That's
what do you
what I'm
call
saying.
it? The Wakandan technology.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
maybe
is
it's
baked into
Wakandan,
it. Because there's
yeah.
a part where you see like purple
You're
come
right.
off of his
right.
So
costume.
Absorbs the.
okay, so I've got Nick Fury and the
David
Punisher,
Hasselhoff. Yeah.
and I didn't write it, but I also was thinking of Hawkeye and Green Arrow
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I only had Steel. But all those people came to mind. I would love to put Daredevil on this list, but it doesn't count.
No,
Yeah.
it does
Yeah.
technically have
Yeah, he's got some
He's got
powers.
heightened senses,
some heightened powers.
like you wish
in
you
there.
had, Tito.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I wish I could fucking see sound.
Well, sometimes you can.
Yeah.
I can see the music.
You just need a little bit of other kinds of technology.
Better
I
living
had,
through chemistry.
I had the Punisher. I had the Green Hornet. I had Zorro. I'm
Green
a
Hornet.
huge
Oh,
Zorro
nice.
fan.
Yeah.
That's good.
I absolutely love Zorro.
That's a good one.
The crew from the cartoon Mask.
Oh
I
yeah.
caught it on Tubi the other
Okay.
Masked
day.
Oh, wow.
Crusaders.
Oh, that's on Tubi?
It's on
Oh,
Tubi.
yeah.
I think they're making a live action movie of that
Are they
shit.
really?
Yeah.
That cartoon is still so much fun to watch.
Great intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great intro.
Great song. Back when 80s cartoons had these awesome, like, rock and roll songs.
I gotta check Tubi for the cartoons. I didn't realize they had good cartoons.
I got a question for one. Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Does he count?
He doesn't have powers. He gets the power from the ring.
But it's
It'd be like saying Iron Man.
It's alien technology.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, without the ring,
because Blue Beetle counts.
He's nothing.
Right, because he's got
his power comes from a form of technology.
I say Green Lantern. Hal Jordan or any iteration absolutely counts. Yeah, they have no powers outside.
So if it's alien technology, I feel like that would.
Yeah, but then
they have no powers without the ring.
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess if you go that route,
But Eddie Brock's getting his ass kicked without his symbiote.
That's true.
On. So is Green Lantern.
It's still basically a suit. It's a living suit, but
I guess if Hal Jordan's
and Ted
flying
Cord.
his plane.
Ted Cord. I was curious about that.
I can't remember
Jose?
the new kid's name. Yeah, I can't remember the new
something.
kid's name.
Billy Batson, Shazam.
I feel bad for
Does that count?
No, it's
I
magic.
could kick his ass.
You could kick his ass?
I could kick Billy Batson's ass.
What about Shazam's ass?
No, not even close.
Billy Batson's
Billy
ass?
Batson, before he says Shazam, I think I could take him.
You got to pull his tongue out.
Yeah, he's no Jaguar, but I think I could take him.
That's right.
Or a mountain lion or
Well, if
whatever. it is you
Mr.
think of.
Fantastic appears
Cougar.
and
Yeah.
tells you how to kill Billy Batson like he did with, what's his name, Black Bolt and Doctor Strange.
I don't think I need to.
Good
I
to
think
go.
I would punch Billy Batson in the face. So just
Before he
fucking-
talks?
Yeah.
He's
just a
quick.
kid.
He could run under
And
you
then I
like
hit him with
Macaulay
the-
How
Culkin.
can he say Shazam with Tito's fist in his mouth?
That's right.
He dodged the punch.
Or no
Like,
teeth.
He's smaller than you.
Like
Kick
Wonder
him!
Woman in Flashpoint. In Flashpoint,
Mentor.
Wonder Woman grabs him by the throat before he can say that.
Oh,
shit.
that's
She's fucking-
such a good scene.
He can't say, and she's like, oh,
I love that movie. I love that series.
crush your throat, bitch.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Excellent appetizers.
Well done.
Sorry.
I was going to say, like,
No, say something. Say many things.
dude, so we're doing pulp heroes. Basically, like any of the pulp characters
Oh,
from,
yeah.
you know, early on. The Phantom.
Yeah.
It-
The ghost that walks? He's got the power of the jungle.
Yeah, he can.
What
I feel like
power
he's
of the
got-
jungle?
I think he has
Whatever
control
allows him to.
of- yeah.
He talks to animals and shit.
I think he can
with
turn.
his
I don't know
mind.
if they
see-
did it in the movie, but the character can actually like, kind of like Space Ghost, make himself ghostly.
Oh, yeah?
I want to say.
See, like Drax, he just stands really still.
I don't know about the original
So
pulp, but
my
the cartoon I
movements
remember
are almost-
like
Yeah, he
Defenders
can
of
do
the Earth.
shit.
He had
Yeah,
some stuff.
we'll watch an episode of Defenders of the
Did you
Earth.
ever watch Phantom like 20 whatever?
No.
That is the people who did Aeon Flux. They did a series of the
kidding.
Phantom for a
It was
little
animated,
while.
wasn't it?
It's in the future. Oh, it's so good.
Is
yeah,
it
you never
really?
seen it? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'll check
it's like
it out.
Phantom 2040 or something.
All
like
That
right.
goes back to the 90s, right?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do
remember
like,
that.
I
It
do
was
like
like
the
the
Phantom.
Aeon
I got to
Flux
see the
guys.
Phantom movie again, though. I remember.
And Flux is on Paramount.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
The
Yeah.
animated show.
Yeah, because it was an MTV show.
It doesn't hold up as well as The Shadow does, or The Rocketeer. I watched
the
it. I
Phantom?
watched it recently, but definitely watch it again. I didn't think it held up as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing it like a couple of years back for like the second time, and I'm like, I didn't like it before, and it's kind of funny now, But
I always think like
that
perfect.
purple suit.
It fits his Billy
Yeah.
Zane's head so perfectly. It was like the
does.
role he was meant to play.
He's got a great head.
I've been
for the
shaving
Phantom.
my head for this moment. Finally.
Look, I'm on TV. No, Billy, that's not you. Oh,
The handsome devil.
he is. I like Billy Zane. All right.
Yeah.
Shall we get to the main course?
Let's do it.
The main course.
Sounded like the THX thing.
It did.
It did sound like the
My ears are
THX.
bleeding.
The audience is deaf.
That was fantastic, guys. Very good. Very good.
Looks like you guys had some night, huh?
I want 30 sliders, 5 French fries, and 4 large cherry cokes.
I want the same, except make mine Diet Cokes. Chuck.
Wow.
Sometimes a superhero movie benefits greatly from its setting. After all, making movies from characters created as early as the 30s tend to often work best during an era that inspired them, or the era that inspired them. A Superman movie set in the 50s seems more effective than a Superman movie in the 90s. Batman in a film noir style, Captain America in war times. Had the Green Lantern movie been made during the Silver Age moon landing era, maybe it would have been more special. After 3 attempts, the upcoming Fantastic Four movie seems to have attracted audience with its classic 60s design. Is this during the 60s?
60s.
Right? Thank you. Or take tonight's movie. the Rocketeer. Here we have an ordinary pilot with a helmet and a jetpack. Nothing really special about that in today's world. But during the 30s, where flying was still in its infancy, a hero like the Rocketeer can really soar in the headlines, and does so in this high-flying adventure movie inspired by the early serials and based on the graphic novel. Gentlemen, opening thoughts.
This has always been one of my favorites growing up. The music, the feel, it's a very old school Disney, like 90s Disney movie. Jennifer Connolly is a total knockout in this. I've always loved her, but she's absolutely gorgeous. This was my first taste of Timothy Dalton.
Oh, my.
Hello.
Phrasing.
I hadn't seen him as Bond yet, like before when I saw this. So like this was the first thing I ever saw him in, and like he's fucking awesome. He chews up every scene. The look, the 30s vibe, the South Seas Club. I mentioned those clubs last week when we were talking about Shadow.
Yep.
I love those scenes. This one is one of my favorites because the music's great. Nazis are the bad guys, so I love a good anti-Nazi movie.
Anti-Nazi.
Country.
Yeah, dude, I love seeing Nazis get the shit kicked out
right.
of them or their heads blown up or whatever. It's fun. Yeah.
So yeah, Brian.
Yeah, same, Derek. I've loved this movie since it came out. I remember seeing this in 91, went to see it in the movies. I watched it when it was on HBO. I watched it every time. I've seen this movie. I can't even count how many times I've seen this movie. Got that retro look that I love. Right. It's like you said, it's got, good guys fighting Nazis. It's got the mob. It's got Howard Hughes.
Right.
It's everything rolled into one. It's a great adventure flick. Perfect popcorn movie.
Yeah, this is a fun movie. This is not a movie that I liked growing up, but as I've gotten older, I've come more to appreciate it. Just the skill that was involved in making it. I don't love Cliff.
Yeah, Cliff Secord.
And it's not even him. It's maybe the actor. I think.
Bill.
You sound like my wife.
Yeah, I think Kathy might be
Bill
onto
Campbell.
something.
She doesn't like him
he's
either.
cool. He's cool. Fucking Jennifer Connelly is so magnetic. I can't take my eyes off her when she's on the
she's
screen.
never looked better
and
than in this movie.
She's just a phenomenal. She's a force. I guess she had a pretty good career. I feel like she should have been bigger though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Timothy Dalton is a fantastic bad guy. It is a lot of fun. I like that they sprinkle in like the Howard Hughes, the fucking W.C. Field randomly shows up.
Yeah, that's right.
Just fucking hitting on Jennifer Connelly, which was hilarious. But yeah, definitely a really fun movie, and it's just like they don't make them like this anymore. It's, just a fun, take your family to the movies and have a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. When I first saw this, I didn't like it. It was back in a time when, it was the 90s. Everything was, just in your face, on the edge, edgier, angst, all that stuff. Cynical, exactly. And then a few years ago, I gave it another try. And just after, becoming a huge fan of, old school film, old school pulp heroes, the old, Batman serials, and just... being a fan of period pieces or whatever, I liked it more. I understood its charm, and it's still a charming movie to me. It's still a lot of fun to watch. It's not one I go to often. So this was a Derek pick, and I'm glad you picked it because I got to watch it again for, I think, the third time. And it's more fun each time I see it. It's just, it's a very charming movie. And
That's good.
I love the cast.
Charming.
It's just got a lot of charm and innocence to it. Kind of similar to what we talked about last week. It's just, it's the good guys are good guys, the bad guys are bad guys. It's not a complex kind of deep plot where you have to see 3 or 4 other movies prior to it. It's just its own, adventure movie. And it's a lot of fun to watch.
Pretty straightforward. And...
Yeah.
I love the cast. I love you guys have hit it. Jennifer Connelly is amazing as always, beautiful to look at, and Timothy Dalton is incredible. I love Timothy Dalton. Ever since Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a precursor of things to come.
Before I knew who he was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Timothy Dalton, Flash Gordon. Yeah, okay, he's cool. He makes a great bad guy.
Well,
he just looks like a bad guy. He's got that punchable face. But in Hot Fuzz, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor. And then I saw him in Doom Patrol and Penny Dreadful, and he's become one of my favorite actors. I think he's awesome.
Check him out
Never
in
been a
James
big
Bond.
Bond guy, but I really like License to Kill.
Yeah.
That's a movie I've probably seen more than any of the Bond movies.
That one?
Yeah, I think I saw it on TBS one day and I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
I think
I will
his
go
two,
back to and watch it every once in a while.
I think they're underrated because even Living Daylights.
Was it Living Daylights?
Yeah, I enjoy both of them. I like his style. I mean, the first Bond I saw and the one that I grew up with was obviously Pierce, but I think he's even though the other ones are really iconic. Timothy Dalton up until Daniel Craig was like my second favorite. Nice. So, all right,
cool.
You guys ready for it?
Let's get through it.
All right, The Rocketeer, filmed in 1991, directed by Joe Johnston, starring Billy Campbell, Timothy Dalton, Jennifer Connelly, Alan Alda, Paul Sorvino, and
Alan Arkin.
Arkin.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Alan Arkin.
Close
that's
enough.
right.
Alda, Arkin.
I think I just always go to Alda.
We all want to.
And based on the graphic novel by Dave Stevens. While the studio wanted Johnston to go with a big star for the lead role, he and creator Dave Stevens fought for Billy Campbell, calling him the perfect representation of Cliff Secord. The GB racer used in the film was vintage and was only allowed to make a certain amount of landings during the filming since the landings were hard on the landing gear.
Oh, that's like the racing plane?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. That's cool.
In the original comics, the inventor of the rocket pack was not Howard Hughes, but fellow pulp hero Doc Savage, who will be the Man of Bronze. We'll be hearing more about him later.
Very cool.
Condé Nast, I guess, was the name of the company that held the copyright for Doc Savage, and Disney opted not to seek permission, so they used the Howard Hughes character instead, played in this by Terry O'Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't wearing Kleenex boxes as shoes or anything.
No.
I don't like this Howard Hughes.
His fingernails weren't tinted.
Yeah.
He didn't have jars of his own.
Yeah.
He didn't have jars of his own pee lining the walls.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it, guys.
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right, so let's start.
Okay.
We return once again to the 1930s, opening with the beautiful musical theme by James Horner. We open up on the airfield and our hero, stunt pilot Cliff Secord, getting ready to fly the GB. Head mechanic Peevy, played by Alan Arkin, and their team.
Alda.
I totally wrote Alda again, so I was very mindful not to say it. Yeah. Alan Arkin and their team watch as he flies high. Meanwhile, a car chase ensues with some gangsters who are chasing down Wilmer, who has stolen a top secret item and is fleeing the mobsters.
Where does this take place?
1939.
No, but where? What?
Like Southern California.
Outside of Los Angeles.
Yeah, because it's around like where the movie studios are. They're not far from there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And for some reason, the gunmen decide to shoot at Cliff's plane as he flies overhead, causing an oil leak.
Well, they're Tommy gun happy.
That's right.
Another movie with a Tommy gun.
They believe him.
But
their Tommy gun doesn't. Wilmer finds his way to the airfield where he hides the device and takes off again with a decoy vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I like that old switcheroo.
As Cliff crashes down. The crash is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The oil spraying everywhere.
He has to punch a hole in the windscreen.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
so he can see.
I do like that. It's a perfect punch too. It just
it's
makes a
like
little
circle.
Perfect circle.
And
that was like that fucking Hammer movie we saw where Christopher Lee's the good guy.
Yeah.
And there's the random like
the car chase?
The car chase where he just punches
the devil rides out.
Yeah, it's perfectly triangled
shaped hole
out of the window. And it was like, oh, okay, that was easy.
And it sets it up. It does a good job of setting up like the premise. You meet pretty much, you meet the hero. You get to see that the gangsters are after this device. No one knows what it is. Obviously, we do because
we saw the trailer.
So with the plane destroyed, the crew hopes of competing in the big competition are crushed. The FBI agents are also out of luck as the device, so what they think is the device, is destroyed, which they report back to its creator, Howard Hughes.
Played by
Terry
John
O'Quinn.
Locke.
Yep, John Locke.
Yeah.
Awesome actor.
Awesome scene with him. They're trying to coerce him into building another one. Like when can you get another one made? And he doesn't want it falling into the wrong hands, so he throws the plans and everything with it
Integrity.
in the fire. That's right.
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guy that played Wilmer was Max Grodenchik, who was he played a Ferengi on DS9. He was Rom from.
I thought he was.
Yep.
I thought he was a Ferengi.
He was Quark's brother.
I said to Sarah, I'm like, he's been a Ferengi.
Yeah.
I guarantee he.
Yep.
He's got a really good line too. Like, what do we tell them? What do we tell the president? Tell him the dream is dead. Howard Hughes said so. Like, very cool delivery.
Yeah.
Back at the airfield, Bigelow, the owner of the airstrip, delivers a bill to the boys for the damages, forcing them to perform the clown act. As they talk about it, Cliff finds the X-3 rocket hidden inside the old plane used for the act. It is a gorgeous piece of machinery.
It's very cool looking.
Yes.
It's got the
It
cool
is very
shoulder
cool.
straps.
And it was like, very much like back then, that this was the futuristic look.
Yeah.
That,
for sure.
Yeah.
What do they call those campers that look like?
The Airstreams.
Airstreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It always makes me think of that.
Yeah. Stainless steel with the rivets.
Right,
and the,
right.
Metallic Twinkies, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're very like aerodynamic.
Yeah,
and-
like or a bullet train or something like that. Yeah. Retro futurism.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's what's the other like genre that falls? Those usually fall under.
Steampunk?
Is it steampunk?
Yeah, it's steampunkish. Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would classify.
There's so many different punks now.
Mm-hmm.
In his very best Batman impression, Cliff tries it on, buckling the belt and realizing just what they've discovered. And then the mobster's led by Eddie Valentine, Paul Sorvino, who's fantastic.
great.
in
He
this.
is good in this.
He shows up and confronts actor Neville Sinclair, who's Timothy Dalton, who hired them to steal the rocket, and we don't know why yet. Valentine demands to know what the device was and why the FBI wanted it so bad, because the FBI chased down his guys. He lost a few people. Poor little Wilmer is in the hospital. Sinclair tells him, and Valentine tells him what it is. And Valentine tells him Wilmer is at the hospital guarded by the feds. He says he'll double the price if Valentine can bring it back. Valentine says he'll triple. Badass. Like,
That's a cool
totally.
scene with the sword, and he flicks the rose off, and they pull their guns. They probably could have just killed him there on the spot, but they don't. I don't understand why. But it's still a cool
The
scene.
movie would be over.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Paul Sorvino's such a badass. I feel like, and he's not afraid, which is cool. You can see it in his face.
Right.
He's not afraid.
And he's not the toughest looking mobster.
No, he's not. He's kind of doughy.
He's kind of thin in this movie. I noted, like he's not as big as he is in like
Goodfellas.
Sure. Later
but
on.
he's still.
He looks very like he's like a cuddly mobster, and even in Goodfellas he kind of is.
Uncle Eddie Valentine.
Until you piss him off, and then he has he's got that look.
He commands a level of respect for sure. I
He's
think
got
from
a
his
great. He's got a great look.
Yeah.
To him.
He's
He's got one of
fearless.
the best lines at the end of the movie.
Oh, I
too.
know. We'll get there.
I know.
One of my favorite.
You're keeping that
cinematic
one in your
lines.
pocket.
Sinclair makes a call to an unseen man with the voice of Lurch from the Addams Family.
The one that looks like Rondo Hatton.
That's right, which was purposely.
Yeah.
And actually, this guy that plays Lothar was actually
Lothar of the Hill
He has
People.
another cameo when the guy goes, "Oh, some gopher."
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
the
that's
guy
him out of
sitting
the
next to
makeup.
him. Yep. Back at the airfield, Cliff and Peevy test out the rocket on a stolen statue. The statue escapes, flying into the night stars and vanishing, before somehow steering itself back to the airfield and flying
Doing
into
a
a field.
perfect loop
Yeah.
and coming up behind
And coming in horizontally.
It's because the statue wasn't wearing a helmet to steer.
Yes. As they pick up the test dummy statue and make their exit, Cliff hatches a plan to harness this newfound gift to turn their luck around and wow the crowds. Later that night, Cliff picks up his sweetheart, the gorgeous Jenny Blake, Jennifer Connolly, who in the comics was named Betty Page,
right,
and was based
on Betty Page.
Betty
really?
Page.
Yeah.
Betty Page,
Interesting.
When they did the movie,
That minx.
they asked if she minded, and she did not give her permission to use that name. So Jenny Blake was created. Jenny is an aspiring actress who is cast in a bit part for Sinclair's new film. At the movies, a newsreel shows Nazis in a blimp that will be arriving. I mean, not a blimp, a Zeppelin that'll be arriving in Los Angeles in the near future. So it kind of sets up what time we're living in.
Yep. Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. At the hospital, the monster, a henchman named Lothar, goes to Wilmer, and after forcing the rocket's location out, he breaks Wilmer in half and escapes, which always freaked me out when I was a kid.
Because you just see it in shadow, too.
Right.
But you hear those screams.
Yep. And I love because they're the
listening
cop
to
and the nurse are
listening to a radio
show.
program on right outside the door.
And as it cuts to commercial, they still hear the screaming. And,
Were they listening to the shadow, Mark?
Imagine if they were. Huh?
Quite possibly.
Do they exist in this universe?
I'm sure it did.
What's going on?
Shady.
Well, yes,
Doc
if
Savage,
Doc Savage
right?
did, then somewhere, no, they're probably listening to, I don't know.
Inner Sanctum.
Inner Sanctum, maybe. Amos and Andy, something like
It
that.
didn't sound like Amos and Andy
No,
to me.
There wasn't a lot of screaming in Amos and Andy.
Only by the audience.
Suspense. I bet you they were listening to Suspense.
Oh.
Vincent.
I have no idea what any of these are.
Oh, Suspense?
Yeah.
If you like radio shows, great stuff.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm guessing suspenseful.
I'm very suspenseful.
Oh.
A lot of great
Edge of
actors.
your seat.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? The
Inner Sanctum. Orson Welles.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Who played the Shadow?
The
at
Shadow
one point,
for a
right?
little bit, yeah.
Orson Welles?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
A couple of years.
After the movie, Jenny and Cliff go to the Bulldog Cafe, where Cliff makes fun of Sinclair's war film. Some local guys spill the beans on the crash, and the lovers' night grinds to an uncomfortable halt. I like this crew. The bunch of like old
Oh, the
timers.
diner?
Yeah.
Love them.
Diner folk, yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of good character actors.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Half
yeah.
of them in X-Files episodes. I'm like, he's from the episode Blood. He's from...
Yeah. You got Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Yeah.
You got,
Oh, yeah, that dude. Yeah.
the woman, was it
The
Millie?
lady behind
Millie.
the counter. What do I know her
She
from?
was in,
'Cause she looks
well,
very
I know her
familiar.
She was
from-
awesome in The Americans. She was the
I didn't see
handler.
that.
She was also in Practical Magic. She was one of the women
that's
that
right.
show up at the end.
That's right. To help them out.
I've seen her in a ton of stuff, but that's the only other thing that stuck out in my head because I just watched that recently.
What, Practical Magic?
Practical Magic, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot she was in that.
Yeah.
But you're right. She's part of the covenant
Yeah.
of
She's
of
one that says,
neighbors.
"God, let's clean house."
Yeah.
It's got my girl, Diane Wiest, in it.
That's right.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
They should have made a whole movie about the two aunts. Just the two aunts.
I
Yeah.
love them.
It's rumored that they're doing a sequel to that.
Yeah,
Not to
they-
get too
yeah.
off track, but yeah.
They are
We
making
can
a
get off
sequel.
track.
Granddaughters or
I hope so.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
not sure.
yeah.
I wonder if Griffin Dunn's going to direct this one too.
He's not doing anything. Why not?
I know.
So next scene, we're brought to the film set where it's like an Errol Flynn type movie. The scene stops as the actress who was cast in the role that Jenny was hoping for and telling Cliff about, and ended up it's just terrible. And she's
You know
she
what?
only
Her
got it.
second take, a million times
Exactly,
better.
Yeah.
exactly. She
What
got
the
a
hell is
note
she
from
doing?
the
She got hit
director,
head
and-
over the head?
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Try doing it, good.
Yeah, the trick to acting is to act like you're not acting.
She nailed it. The second
Excellent
time.
director. Then.
Yeah,
See,
I know.
I think that's
True.
just a testament to him.
He looked like a pencil pusher. I
he
liked
did.
it. He was
Yeah.
like not artistic at all.
I know.
He was like, just fucking make the movie already so we can end the day.
I was wondering if he was based on director George Cukor, who directed the Philadelphia Story, but because it looked just like him.
Oh.
But they never said his name, and I was like, oh, you had an opportunity.
Let's say it is.
Well, I'm going to say it is because it makes the movie more mad. We have Howard
That's
Hughes.
called headcanon.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start
Yeah,
that.
It's a fan fiction phrase.
There we go.
I hate those people.
I know.
Fan fiction?
I am one of those people.
I know.
I've written
The Derricks of the world.
Yep. Oh my.
Oh, the
people.
Marks of the world.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Are you shocked? Really?
Brian, what about you? Fan fiction? You
No.
read any?
No.
No.
Good for you,
No.
man.
No, he's a good man.
Aw.
Smart.
There's tons out there you would probably like.
This
Yeah.
is the right side of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Level-headed.
We're on the fun side.
Level-headed.
That's right.
That's what they tell themselves.
Business over there, party over here.
That's right. Together we make one big mullet.
During the next take of the scene, Cliff, who has showed up to find Jenny and apologize for the night before, causing an accident that crashes the set, ruining the take again, and causing Jenny to at least temporarily lose her job. As Cliff,
Very temporary.
I want them off my set.
That's right. Cliff explains to Jenny about the rocket backstage. Neville overhears and realizes that the rocket has been found. He tries to chase down Cliff, but loses him. Instead, he finds Jenny and unfires her, planning to seduce her and use her to get to the rocket.
Well, because he was just like,
Hopefully
hey, I'll
yeah.
take you to... Whoa. Holy shit. I was just kind of...
Well, that's the
Get
thing.
a dinner out of you for this, but damn.
Throughout this movie, you'd think he's just doing it to get the rocket. But
Yeah.
like he clearly, she's an attractive girl.
You
and
I think you
she's-
can tell immediately when he
Right.
sees her face. His,
Yeah.
his plans kind of change a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah, he thought
Oh,
he
can
thought
we
maybe
have sex?
Jenny was the friend.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
I was like, well, I can get the rocket and I can have sex with this girl.
Yeah.
and
How
take
would
her
you like
back
to be that
Germany.
girl? By the way, no offense to that
poor
actress,
girl.
but like,
Yeah.
Which one?
who's gonna get
The
the
friend.
friend?
Oh, the friend?
Who's gonna get the part? I don't know. I'm sorry,
Friend?
Sorry, friend.
So so Sinclair wants to show her his rocket.
Oh my.
That's funny.
Back at the airfield, Valentine arrives to an air show that is happening now. Let's set the stage. On the hunt for Jenny and the rocket on behalf of Sinclair. Cliff arrives late, and Malcolm, an old pilot that we met in the
the diner.
I like Malcolm.
Diner. Yep. An old pilot flies the broken down plane for the clown act, but having not flown in years, puts himself and others in danger when he gets too close.
I like that guy, Marla Hooch's dad.
Yep.
From League of Their Own.
That's right.
I know my daughter ain't as pretty as them other girls.
Yeah. Yes.
She loves to play. Fucking love that guy.
He looked so familiar. For some reason, I was thinking Scrooged. I thought he was like one of the homeless guys,
dudes?
but he wasn't.
Oh, the guy who's not what's his name?
Well, I
Michael
feel like
J.
he looks like the
Pollard
dude
or
with
the
the-
mom from
Right.
Goonies.
Right. The other guy.
No, that's actually I think that guy was actually Anne Ramsey's husband in real life. The two of them were actually married.
The one that doesn't die?
The one that doesn't die.
Oh.
Do Richard Burton. Do it for me, Dick. For me, Dick. Do it for Maybe we didn't know you well enough to call you Dick, but after Night of the Iguana, I thought we had something special. Great movie. Nothing to do with this. Sorry.
So Cliff suits up in the rocket, complete with a new helmet made by Peevy, and takes off to try to save Malcolm. While the plane crashes, he manages to rescue Malcolm and fly him down to safety. The ordeal creates a spectacle that has the crowds going wild. Bigelow, obviously.
The big reveal.
It's all part of the show, folks. Shit on me. Shit on me. Gotta love that guy.
He names them.
We love him,
Fancy
but
name.
unfortunately,
That's right,
he doesn't stick around much longer because the next scene, the FBI
They
discovers
killed that
Bigelow.
guy.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Once again, folded in half.
I wanted to see that, though. You can get away with
him
not
getting it.
showing it the first time with
Yeah.
the little guy in the hospital, but
Well, it's a
I
Disney
know
movie. They're not going to show
Lothar.
someone.
I know Lothar's a big dude, but I wanted to see how he got that double-eyed freaking bent in half.
Well, and what? There's a movie where someone got bent in. They were in a hospital bed, and they got bent in half, and they're literally like the guy, whoever it was, folded up the
Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Naked Gun.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
thinking like
Well, they don't die.
Because when I was
Nordberg?
watching
No,
the
they
scene
don't
with
die.
Wilmer, I was like, oh, like this is that scene where he folds him in half, and I'm like, but then when they show him, the bed's not folded. It's
just him.
kind of broken,
Yeah.
dangling from the. I'm like,
Well, Lothar's like,
when did I see that?
there's no need to break the bed.
Where is the rocket?
I have no qualm with other patients. They're going to need this bed.
Where is it?
The rocket.
Get a throat lozenge. Why don't you?
Well, he was eating.
Sound like RFK Jr.
He was eating earworms.
Stop using vegetable
I've got earworms.
Where is it? The vegetable oil.
He was eating when they first called him. Remember, you don't see.
oh, he's sitting in the chair. Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
He's
cool.
eating
Like,
finger sandwiches and shit.
Listening to opera.
Yeah,
Right.
he was probably tearing up over the opera and probably had like some turkey or
Tore him in
whatever in
half.
his mouth.
Put that vaccine down.
rocket.
Bed in half. Where is the rocket?
So no, he
That's hurting
doesn't.
my
But it
voice.
was nice. It was nice of him though for saving the bed. Yeah.
Shout out RFK.
Have a ginger ale.
So the FBI discovers Bigelow, also folded in half by Lothar. He left behind a clue showing that he is heading to, that Lothar is heading to Cliff and Peevy's place next. They do some quick detective work and see that a notepad has been written on.
That's right.
Wow, genius.
Everything and everyone in this movie is conveniently placed for the movie to go for. Everybody's like right at the same spot where they can overhear the conversation to get to the next scene.
That's right.
Something falls in the right spot. The statue melts in the right spot. So I think we're gonna need a helmet. You know, I just love this stuff.
Yeah. Too bad the notepad wasn't like the notepad in The Nice Guys.
Oh.
Just a doodle of a guy with a big dick.
I was late to that party, let me tell you, man. Great movie.
A
Sorry.
lot of people are.
It's a good flick. Cliff arrives home as Lothar is about to attack Peevy. Outside, the agents arrive as Lothar interrogates Cliff. He opens fire on the FBI agents who return fire, destroying the house and yet somehow missing the giant man. Although they get his hat.
I mean, they don't make them like that anymore.
No, they
They
don't.
literally shred the house
Well, yeah, totally.
with bullets
Yep.
into nothing.
Like
it's
lethal
amazing.
weapon.
Yeah,
Just like-
amazing.
Yep.
Last time I saw that, Red. And when they attack Bruce Willis's home, he's already
that's
out
right.
of the house, and
That's
they do
right.
exactly
They
the,
just tear the place-
excuse me, they do the
destroy it.
exact same thing. They eviscerate the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Nope. just with gunfire.
That's when cops could be cops, you know?
That's right.
Just fucking shoot up a whole house.
No internal affairs.
They weren't wearing
Mind my
cameras.
gaze.
Somebody shot bullets. Who was it? Who fucking cares? Shoot the house.
We're cops. Shoot the
Shoot
glass.
the fucking house.
Oh, shoot like a glass.
Before he escapes, Lothar grabs Peevy's updated blueprints. He's made new schematics for the all the changes that he made to the rocket. Next, we're teleported to the South Seas Club, a fancy jazz club where Melora Hardin from The Office performs a song. She's actually had albums. She's
She's
a
national
really good
singer.
singer. Yeah, that's her real voice.
Oh, no, I was thinking of the other song. Took me by the hand.
Oh, that's
baby.
Hunter.
I'm thinking she
That's
sang it, but Hunter
no,
sang
that
it.
was about her.
That one
For
night.
you made everything. She did sing though in The Office. Remember, she had her baby there, and she was singing.
Oh,
Son
they're
of
sitting
a
in like a
Preacher
circle.
Man.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And she's like trying to get. Yeah, she's trying to get her to
Astrid.
sleep. She can sing. She can
Fucking
sing.
Astrid. Yeah, she's great in this.
She is. She's talented. Where was I? Sorry.
Melora.
Melora Hardin
Melora
from
Dannon.
The Office performs a song, and Sinclair wines and dines Jenny, leaving her in the pervy company of W.C. Fields. Sinclair meets
Yeah, what was he planning on doing with that cigar?
Right.
I know, right?
Jesus Christ.
I'm prepared to listen to your whole history.
Yeah.
All two of them. No,
Is the
motorboat.
What a shot, too. It was like, in case you're not sure,
Right.
he's
Of what he's
staring
doing.
at her breast.
Did I
I know.
tell you
Yeah.
I starred in a movie called The Bank Dick?
He was the precursor to Bill Clinton with the cigar.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
That's not a joke, by the way. He did star in a movie called The Bank Dick.
Yeah.
So I just
Was it
I
like
figured
a
as much.
bank detective?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
never
think so.
saw it. I just catch the title when I'm looking through Turner Classic Movies.
just
Like
a
W.C.
giant-
Fields, The Bank Dick. And I'm like,
A giant penis.
I don't
Hanging
think
out
it
at
means
the
what I
bank.
think it means.
No, inconceivable.
Want to come with me to see The Bank Dick?
It's a solid gold dildo he keeps in a safe deposit box.
Cha-ching, Miss Connolly.
Yes, my little chicken.
Yes, my little chickadee Connolly.
Which is weird for like a 1991 kids movie. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Right.
Right.
I don't. That fucking.
I
that
got it
scene
back.
meant
I
nothing
think
to
we
me
got
when I
it
was
back
a
then
kid.
too. We just couldn't put words to it. It's like, oh, I like those too.
Oh no! I mean,
get what he's
I mean, like the
looking at.
W.
W.
Fields
Fields.
reference.
Oh,
Like, who
the
is
rest.
that?
That's
like,
the no.
I see
That
it now,
I wouldn't
and I'm
have
like, oh,
gotten.
W.C.
Yeah.
Fields.
Oh, I wouldn't.
As a
have
kid,
either.
I was like, I don't know who the fuck
Yeah,
this guy
same
is.
with Howard Hughes. Actually, now that
Yeah,
I think
kind
of
of.
it, you know?
Yeah.
They should have done it like that old Warner Brothers cartoon. Do you remember that one where they had like all these stars from the 30s like, in a
Yes.
club?
Yes.
And they're doing like these little gags, and then you move on to the next
See
table, and it's like,
Bogey and the Marx
and then you got the Marx
Oh,
Brothers,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
got W.C. Fields,
Right.
and you got Clark Gable. And
You did get Clark Gable.
Yeah.
You did get
Yep,
Clark Gable,
in-
that's
in
right.
this
But he
one.
just
And
walked
his
by.
teeth.
Yeah,
And his ears.
Yeah, and his
Oh, that's-
ears.
yeah,
Yeah,
his
his
ears.
ears.
Oh yes.
He had the ears.
Yep.
Did he ever?
I remember a cartoon with him, and he uses the ears to fly away.
Yes.
It
Why
could have been the
wouldn't
same
you?
one.
Was it that
the
same
one.
one?
That's the one where Bugs Bunny is Elmer Fudd's a waiter, and Humphrey Bogart wants Rabbit, and
Okay.
he's like, you got to make Rabbit, and luckily Bugs Bunny is in there. Of course, he just shows up, and Elmer's like, oh, good, a rabbit. And the whole cartoon is him trying to cook Bugs Bunny
bugs.
to feed him to Humphrey Bogart, and they go to all the other greats, Clark Gable, the Marx Brothers. What's her name? From All About Eve.
Betty Davis.
Betty Davis. Yeah.
So meanwhile, while she's getting macked on by the old man, Sinclair meets with Valentine regarding the rocket, and Valentine's patience is waning. Valentine's thugs show up to the diner looking for Cliff. The gang refuses to help them, and they begin to destroy the cafe, which reminds me of Roger Rabbit when they go to the bar.
Yeah.
Like, say hello, Javi.
Yeah.
They do find Jenny's number and call, where they find out about her and
Conveniently
Sinclair.
placed.
Right? I know.
Everything
Yeah.
I know.
just
Like, why is her
right
number up on the
Jenny,
board?
Jenny, who can I turn to? 8675309.
Lex Lothar over there. Lothar didn't have to look for the blueprints.
Lothar of
They
the
just
Hill
happened to
People.
be
Just there.
right next to him.
Much have I seen and much have I done. Join us, will you not? For I am Lothar of the Hill People.
A big picture of Jenny.
I mean,
and-
Cliff's not a very good boyfriend, right? Anyways, so he's not
He's
going to
not really
remember her
that
number.
great. You know.
He's not going to remember her number.
I would give anything up for Jennifer Connelly back then. Look, it's either me or comics. Comics. No, I'm kidding. Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So when they find Jenny's number and they call, they get the roommate, the friend. Sorry,
the friend.
And she tells them that
she's out with Neville.
Yeah, she's at the club with Sinclair.
Yep.
And this makes the gangsters realize, they might be being double-crossed.
The fix is in.
That's right. Cliff and the crew manage to overpower the 2 thugs that are left behind to watch them, and he takes the rocket to rescue Jenny.
Again, much to Peevy's chagrin.
Right. That's right.
Cliff, no, don't.
Stop, no, come back. Peevy, that's a horrible name.
It is.
That sounds too close to pedo.
Is it Peabody? Do they call him
Peevy? They call him Peabody.
Right?
Yeah.
Is his last name Peabody?
So how do we
they
get
just call him
PV? Like, it's not Peavody.
What's his? I can't remember
Maybe
his
his initials.
PV, yeah.
But they just call him like Peevy.
like
the GB was the initials of the people that built the plane.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay.
Still a very silly sounding name.
I only noticed the Peabody recently because yesterday when I was watching because it was on the blueprints and I was like, oh, Peabody.
Peabody.
Yeah. It's fucking Peabody. Why doesn't it sound like they're calling him
Quiet
Peabody?
you.
Yeah. They should have called Cliff Sherman.
Yeah, for sure.
Quiet you.
Talk about headcanon.
As Neville and Jenny share a dance, Cliff arrives and breaks in the back, hiding the rocket and disguising himself as a waiter in a shirt that's way too tight. Although he is wearing it over the
his leathers.
uniform. Sinclair asks about Cliff as she talks about him. Cliff shows up to the table and tries to get her attention.
Mm-hmm.
He tells her about Bigelow's murder
by fluffing the flowers.
That's right. Are you new here? Oh, I went it on you last time. So she steps away. He follows her. He tells her about Bigelow's murder and the rocket. While she is away from the table, being filled in on everything, Sinclair finds a note Cliff left for her, realizing the jig is up. He slipped a piece of paper with a note.
I thought it would just settle to the bottom.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Honestly.
And she didn't have any.
It
so
floated to the top magically.
Yeah. No, because it had to. Because that's what the script said.
This is the MacGuffin tier right here, guys.
Movie physics.
That's right. Lothar shows up again. And everyone attempts to capture, like very casually, just walking in and puts his hat.
He's fast for a big dude.
He is.
He's dodging bullets, all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, his face is very aerodynamic.
It's a fun looking face.
It is. It's a great makeup.
It's a great.
It totally. Yeah.
I always think of
totally
Dick Tracy when I see it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So everyone attempts to capture Cliff, who manages to escape after retrieving the rocket. Jenny's about to flee, but then turns back and returns back to the club when she sees all the chaos. In doing so, she's captured by Sinclair, and after Cliff escapes the goons. She wakes up beautiful, refreshed.
Yeah.
She wakes
no
up.
one
in
ever
Sinclair's
wakes up
mansion.
ugly.
No,
right? I don't think Jennifer Connelly ever wakes up ugly.
And her dress matches the bed
doesn't
perfectly.
Matter.
Yeah.
Satin sheets, satin dress.
Sure.
So she's now a hostage. Sinclair tries to play a victim, claiming that the gangsters are blackmailing her. He tries to woo her, and she recognizes the lines that he's saying, using
from other
on her
movies.
from his past films. She decides to play along.
You have no power over me.
Exactly.
Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered.
I love the scene. She starts playing along. She lets him think that he's seducing her. And then she knocks him out with a very flimsy-looking vase.
Yeah.
A lot of people get knocked out in this movie. It's fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Lothar
That's what they
gets
did in the
knocked out.
30s.
Yeah.
He gets hit over the head with something. Lothar? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Lothar does. Yeah.
He gets hit over the head with a vase of some kind, too.
Also a name of one of the defenders of the universe. The big, strong black dude.
What's his
yeah?
dude's like sidekick? He was like Mandrake, the magician. It was like his buddy.
Mandrake, Lothar, Flash Gordon. Sorry, Derek. We
No, that's all right.
totally
I know what you're talking about.
Phantom. Anyway, just shout out to the appetizer. Go ahead.
He gets knocked out.
So she knocks him out, attempts to escape. Lothar's downstairs on the couch just chilling.
He's eating like wings or some shit.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's having a time.
Yeah.
He's like, finally, I can put my feet up.
Like, there's no
Jenny making
TV.
noise.
So, like, what's he doing? What's he watching?
He's just thinking.
He's nothing. He's just
thinking about bending people.
thinking about dead chickens.
He's like David Putty on the airplane. He's just like
he's staring at the back of his seat.
Yeah. You want something to read? No, I'm fine.
So she hides in this office where she finds a book. Very like there's bookcases. So she just starts pulling. She starts pulling books.
She saw him do it before.
Oh, I missed it.
Yes, she saw him through the glass, like with the secret doorway.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah,
but
we're
she
gonna
didn't know
let
which
that
book
one
it was,
go.
so she starts pulling, and then she sees the Conquest of
Casanova.
Casanova. And she's like, "Oh, that's the one."
She sees the book that says "pull in, pull out, pull out here."
Oh my!
It opens with a secret passage. Inside this room is the plans for the rocket, along with a radio, some radio equipment. And she attempts to reach someone on the radio, but she's answered by Germans. She discovers then that Sinclair is a Nazi spy. Right?
You know, bad enough he's an actor.
It's very like what was the communism?
The McCarthy?
Yeah, McCarthy.
Right,
yeah. He was right, I guess.
Communism was just a red herring.
Some of those actors were Nazis.
Some of them were.
That's right.
That's right. I'm
the
not
good
going to
ones.
name any names, but
All the good ones.
all the good ones were not.
Cliff returns to the diner where he receives a call from Valentine demanding the rocket in exchange for Jenny. The FBI shows up. They bring him to Hughes, where Peevy is already there explaining his modifications to him, which is a cool little scene. The two of them kind of geeking out over the rocket. He explains the situation to Cliff and shows him a video of the Nazis, a really cool animated film, which I didn't know they had back then, of an army of Rocketeers to help them conquer the globe, including America. The truth all comes out, and before the FBI can try and take Cliff away, he escapes Hughes' hangar and goes off to rescue Jenny himself.
On the Spruce Goose model.
It does fly.
It does fly.
I'm a little offended he didn't want to use like religious artifacts to come after America. He wanted to use science. You know? No Ark in the Covenant for us.
Right.
What are we, fucking chop liver over here?
It's been done.
It's been done?
It's been done.
No Spear of Destinies? None of that shit.
I do
He
like.
hasn't found it yet, Tito.
No,
He's building
true.
rockets in the meantime.
True.
I do like whenever Nazis go after stuff super. You know, they do the supernatural.
Oh,
thing.
totally.
Hellboy.
Yeah.
Overlord.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sinclair and Jenny arrive to meet Valentine's men to make the exchange with Cliff
At the observatory. The world famous observatory.
During the meeting, Cliff.
Never been. Anybody ever been there?
No, I've never been out
It's
there.
in so many movies.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Up on the hill.
I don't know why, but
It's
it
also
makes
in
me
Grand Theft Auto 5.
What's that music video that it was in? Keanu Reeves and
the one with Paul Abdul.
Paul
Hush,
Abdul.
hush,
Yeah. Yeah. That was
I
was
don't
it the
remember the video at all.
The Griffith
That's off the
Observatory?
Spellbound.
By the hand.
That's her song.
Maybe a man that one night. You don't remember that video?
It's her sophomore
I remember Hunter,
album, Spellbound.
but I don't remember the video.
You know what? My sister loves Keanu Reeves, so
I didn't know he was in that.
She loved that fucking video.
Wasn't Johnny Depp in the same video, or was that a different video with
It
Johnny
might be
Depp
a different one.
at the observatory?
Oh, he could be. I don't know why it makes me think of Scientology for whatever reason.
The observatory.
I don't. Makes me
Aliens looking for aliens.
I don't know.
Well, it's searching the skies, in Hollywood, so it makes sense.
There's
right?
science and there's theology in it.
Every time I see it, I'm just like, what are they doing in there, those Scientologists? Very iconic, though. Iconic scene.
Yeah.
Iconic
Location.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
The brains of this.
During the meeting, Cliff asks Valentine how he can work for a Nazi. Valentine, who didn't know that part, turns on Sinclair with one of the best lines of all time.
Yeah.
I may not make an honest buck, but I'm 100% American and I don't work for no two-bit Nazi.
There you
Right.
go.
Fucking A.
He's got to draw the line somewhere.
That's right.
That's right. They go to
Prostitution.
church on Sunday.
That's
right.
The mob. They'll go to church.
Yeah.
They'll gun you down, but if it's on Sunday, they're putting everything on hold between 11 and 12.
They don't
Smack
roll
a hoe.
on Shabbat.
No.
They'll
They'll cheat on their wives, but they're still going to church.
I believe that.
Yeah. As Valentine tries to force Sinclair to let Jenny go, he calls forth hidden Nazi soldiers who arrive as the Nazi Zeppelin.
They appear out of fucking thin air,
Yeah,
these guys.
it's like
I know.
It's like a clown car
They
of
literally
Nazis
come
with
out of the bushes.
Yeah, right.
right, exactly.
They're just waiting.
Good thing I grew these beforehand.
Like, what was the plan? What if everything went okay? Were they just like
They hang back here.
They hang back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're good. Oh man,
You know, as hard as it was
I
to
took
hide,
work off for this.
as hard as it was to hide an army of Nazis, it was even harder to hide the fucking
The Zeppelin?
blip that appears out of thin air.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And
no
it's
one saw
huge.
that coming.
Yeah. It's the goddamn timing.
The FBI arrives before the Nazis can kill everyone, and Cliff escapes as the Masters fight the Nazis.
The
as
master
the
race?
oh no,
Where
as
are we
the
going?
sorry, as the mobsters,
Monsters.
fight the Nazis.
Freudian
Alan
slip.
Alda fought the Nazis.
I do like that moment with the gangsters and the FBI where they look.
Yeah,
at
they
each
kind
other
of pause and look at each other.
Nah, fuck these Nazis.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is actually based on some truth. Like I guess back then.
Oh, in World War II, the
when they
mob
were-
would
yeah.
like watch the docks.
Right.
Well,
They
because
kind of
so many
teamed up.
people were away.
They had to.
Any
Yeah.
They
like
don't want
anybody that
Nazis
was
stepping in on their turf. You know,
hunting down Nazi spies.
That's right.
So
We do things the American way. This is American crime, baby.
That's it, baby.
Yeah.
Sinclair, Lothar, and Jenny board the Zeppelin, and Cliff flies off to, you guessed it, rescue her. The grand finale sees Cliff infiltrating the Zeppelin, where he fights Lothar on top of the blimp. Very cool scene. Cliff enters the cockpit. He turns over the rocket, but fights Sinclair. Jenny fires a flare at Sinclair, starting a fire, because, that's smart to do in a Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she looked good doing it.
She did. She did.
Fire me a flare anytime,
Totally.
for Connolly.
Is it hot
Fire
here or
my
just
fucking
you?
Fire my flare.
Oh my.
Sinclair straps on the rocket and escapes, but Cliff had removed the gum from the bullet hole in the rocket, causing it to explode in midair as he makes his escape.
Yeah,
That
the
fucking
fuel started
fireball
leaking.
is
Right.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he
Piece of
Yeah, he's
gum.
like,
and then he crashes down into the
Fucking
land
hilarious.
portion of the Hollywoodland sign, giving us the now famous
Hollywood sign.
You know what they missed a really good opportunity in this movie, because you get to see Neville Sinclair with his sword.
Yep.
Even though Cliff probably can't use a sword.
Oh, but yeah,
Dude,
a
there could have
sword
been a
fight,
cool
a
sword
duel.
fight in
Yeah.
there where he's getting
Right.
his ass kicked or something. It could have been fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I was expecting when they get to the balloon, that there was going to be some
Right.
makeshift.
You almost
sword
got that
fight or
with Lothar
something.
and the wrench.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But
Yeah,
even
yeah.
that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So this movie was filmed, you mentioned, by Joe Johnston,
Mm-hmm.
who years and years later goes on to direct the first Captain America movie.
Yeah.
When I'm rewatching this the other day, I'm like, I had no idea how much the inside of the Zeppelin resembled the inside of the wing, the flying wing that
the end of
Captain
the
America
movie.
and Red Skull are fighting in with the girders and the exposed
Yeah.
beams
You're
and
right.
stuff on the inside. I'm like, holy shit, it's almost like the same set, but
Yeah.
miniaturized.
Well, and then they fight on top of the train.
Yeah.
Which is similar to
the
them
fight on top of the
Zeppelin.
blimp.
Yeah. As the Zeppelin goes down, Lothar comes back for one more scare.
Like a
to
Led
be-
Zeppelin.
Only to be blown up as the Zeppelin explodes. Hughes and GV fly in with a ladder just in time for Cliff.
Peevy.
Peevy, not GV.
Alan Alda.
Ah, GV, Peevy. I like the name GV better than
This was,
Peevy.
Grant, I wrote this in real time as I watched the movie, so I was probably getting tired.
Doing a great job.
This is probably like 11:30, 11:45. Hughes and Peevy fly in with a ladder just in time for Cliff and Jenny to grab hold and escape.
Yeah.
Another perfect
Narrow
timing.
escape.
Yep,
I love a
exactly.
narrow escape.
Narrow
Right.
escape.
Hughes has that pretty
the
cool
way
auto
the-
gyro thing.
go.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
In the end, the gang is at the diner, happy and safe. Outside, a plane lands. Hughes arrives with a new GB as a reward to Cliff.
Peevy. No, I
No,
don't.
no, no.
I didn't say no.
No, you got it right.
You said that one right this time.
Jenny
Tito's just being mischievous.
Yeah.
Jenny surprises them both with the plans for the rocket that she stole back from Neville.
And her breast. Awesome.
That's right, she did.
She smuggled them back in her breast.
And that
The
is
pages
the
were stuck together from her boobs.
Yeah, but this time, Peevy is the one who was like thinking, like, well, maybe we could rebuild
Right.
this.
Mm.
You know,
If I-
he's
if I
changing his
adjust
mind
this,
about it.
you
Yeah.
know,
Hey, look at this clip. Look, if I do this,
which kind of, I mean, it's
He's
set,
all in now.
like The Shadow. It kind of sets up for more sequels that just never happened.
right?
Yeah.
They did
True.
do a show, a cartoon.
Yeah, well, yeah.
On Disney.
Oh, we were talking about that
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Which is Cliff's great granddaughter.
Granddaughter, yeah.
He actually, Billy Campbell, plays the voice of her grandfather.
Yeah.
The original
who's
Cliff.
named after.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
the
it wasn't. Because
Oh.
he's the great grandfather.
Oh.
So he actually plays his own son.
Okay.
And he's named after Peevy. I forget the.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Peabody?
Peevy
no,
Jr.?
No, it's the first name, but I can't remember what it is.
Pete. It's probably Pete.
I
Body?
want to say it starts with an A.
Alan Arkin.
Alan Alda.
My Fiona watches that show. She was watching the movie and she was like, "Oh, that's that Rocketeer show, but he's dead." It's not. He's dead. It's a girl. I was like, okay,
Yeah, Mara's a cool.
yeah, that's what happens at my house.
He's dead. Thanks, honey. Did this movie do well? I don't remember.
No.
It did not.
It did not.
No.
It underperformed.
It did.
Which, it's not. I mean, and granted, I guess the studio was a little correct when it comes to why they wanted to put a big name star in. Billy Campbell hadn't really done anything. He really hasn't done much since.
Just a lot of TV. We were looking it up.
He was in that show, The Killing, that came out
I remember
a few
that show.
years back with what's his name, Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman there. Kinnamer.
Oh, the one
from
Kinnaman.
Community?
Yeah, no.
No, Joe Kinnaman.
That's
Joel
Joel
Kinnaman.
McHale.
Joe McHale.
He
Joel
played Rick
Kinnaman
Flag.
is
From Rick Flag.
yeah.
Oh,
He was in The
yeah.
Killing. Yeah.
See, I
right.
didn't know.
And the girl
I know
whose
who you're
name,
talking
like,
about.
she was in World War Z or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that show was on for a couple of seasons, and
Yeah.
Bill Campbell was like the mayor or something of
Yeah,
it.
it's saying $40 million budget, $46.7 million.
Yeah. So another
Box
one
office.
ahead
Kind of
of its
broke even.
time. I feel like
Right.
much like The Shadow, if these had come out maybe a few years later, or when the nostalgia stuff was kicking in, or, maybe.
I just wonder if people think there's a big enough market for that stuff, or it was more niche than they thought, than they realized.
Back then.
It was maybe a little more niche than
I
they
think it's
thought.
because I think honestly it's because they were still making Batman and Superman movies, and Batman and Superman are such old characters, and they did have Batman like serial chapters, and they had the Superman radio show,
Sure.
and the TV show. So I guess in the execs' minds, it's like, well, these guys are old.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
let's
guess
bring
that-
back
yeah.
more characters. But
Yeah.
Dick Tracy freaking bombed, and I don't I think that's
And even
their point
when
of
I
view.
was a kid, Dick Tracy,
I
the
loved
cartoon ran.
Yeah.
When we were kids, so
Right.
I remember watching that animated series.
Yeah.
So that was fresh to me. These characters, based on the trailer, I want to see them, but I had
Yeah.
no prior knowledge of the Shadow or the Phantom or.
And they're very
Rocketeer.
marketable.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
look
for
of
sure.
them, because I can remember having Shadow figures.
Yeah.
Well, the
And-
Shadow logo was great.
Yeah,
And,
with the green on the black.
And the Rocketeer, too.
Yeah,
I remember,
and
like,
this-
I remember the
Like
helmet.
you could get
Yeah.
like a fake
Yeah.
jetpack and
Dude, he
a
looks
helmet.
fucking great.
He
Like, the
totally
costume
does.
is- The
He
jacket,
totally
the
does.
pants,
Yeah.
the boots,
Especially that
it looks
scene where
fantastic.
that shot on the
with the American
Zeppelin
flag?
with the
Oh.
with the gun. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
like very very cool like
He kind of
profile.
does
where
that pose there
like
for a
si-
second.
Yeah, side look and
yeah.
very cool.
Yep, like the cover of a comic.
Yep.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
So categories.
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right, so
it up.
favorite scene. I love the movie set scene. Obviously, I love the South Seas Club, and the whole finale. Just the mobsters turning on Sinclair, up until all the fighting on the Zeppelin and the rescue. It's just very very good ending.
Yeah.
I like the air show scene where he has to strap on the rocket pack for the first time and rescue, what's his name? Malcolm.
Pops up through the...
Yeah, and he passes out. He's like, what the
Scares
hell?
the
His
shit out
head
of him, yeah.
pops up through the floor of the plane. Just that whole scene was awesome. And I love the ending scene, the fight in the Zeppelin and on top of the Zeppelin and everything that happened just before that at the observatory. Great ending.
Yeah, I got I like I don't know, the W.C. Fields thing is hilarious to me just because it's so random. I really like the scene where Malcolm basically blows up his spot to Jenny.
Yeah.
I think that shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
And she's like hitting him with the wooden spoon. You just get like a feel for that whole group.
Right.
And how much they care about each other. When he yells at the little girl and then instantly feels bad.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really, because for a second you're like, oh,
That's like Malcolm's granddaughter
what
or
a
something?
dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he immediately apologizes and you're just like, no, he's a hero. Yeah. He's a fucking hero. He knows what's up.
Right.
But those like smaller scenes I really enjoy. I think they're missing something.
Like in general.
There's some fights, but like even like in an Indiana Jones movie when he fights the guy in the airplane and they're just punching each other back and forth. There's still something to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Where some of these fights are very like, I punch you, you punch me, we get broken up. I punch you, you punch me, I fall, your rocket blows up. There's just they're not mixing it up enough for me.
Yeah.
There's not enough struggle for the hero, maybe? I mean,
Just-
Indiana
yeah,
Jones
maybe.
is struggling with that guy.
Like there's
you
action
know?
with him flying, but not so much like interacting with bad guys.
Yeah. There's these
I
very
agree.
quick
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
things that happen.
Because you're
that-
like he's supposed to be a hero, like
Yeah.
this superhero, and
I
yeah, you
get
don't
that
really
he's
see
not
him.
a trained boxer or whatever,
Yeah.
but there's not enough mixing it up. Or even Indiana Jones, he wasn't a trained fighter either.
No.
He's trying to keep the guy from ripping the heart out of his chest.
Yeah.
He's fighting the guy in the airplane.
Come here.
Or even like shooting the guy with the sword is fucking hysterical. So I
Yeah.
don't mind that, that they don't fight each other. But
Right.
they're just kind of missing something. But
Because Harrison Ford had the shits. that
Indiana
day.
Jones, Indiana Jones is like hard to live up to.
And
but-
that poor guy,
Those are
like, what
big
did he
shoes
spend
to
like
fill.
a month on a routine? Or there was something about that. He was he wasn't happy at the time. He was like,
It's
oh,
very
man.
cool.
It made for an awesome scene.
Yeah, no,
Pat
I mean,
Roach.
It works.
It was Pat Roach.
Yeah.
He
I
played
guess they
multiple
had
characters.
This whole freaking thing planned.
Yeah,
All
Pat
right.
Roach played the guy that he fights in the plane. The
that's the same
bare chested
dude.
Nazi.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he
I
played a
thought
bunch
so.
of different characters
Yeah.
in Indiana Jones.
It's a big dude.
Yeah, he
Might as
was,
well.
and they used him well.
Favorite scene?
The big reveal of the Rocketeer, the air show, like Brian talked about. I love when heroes have an origin story and when they first suit up and do their thing.
Yep.
I loved it in the 78 Superman movie when he comes out of the phone booth. Dude, that's a bad outfit. Excuse me. I get goosebumps every time I see that scene. And same with Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, when you first see him stopping crime, that kind of thing. When they show up and they're already superhero in the beginning, not quite the same effect, but as they're doing that, going through that journey and their call to action, their moment, if you will. I like the Rocketeer's moment in this. So that, and I like the hospital scene. I love hospital horror. I love hospital scenes in horror movies and suspense movies. Anything where a hospital is an unsafe place, I love, and I even like it in this one. I wish we saw a little bit more of what happened to the Ferengi guy, but hey, that's all right.
So like in what was that Nurse movie that we watched?
Nurse.
Oh, Nurse.
No, that was
was
the
just
name
called
of it?
Nurse,
Yeah.
I
It's called
think.
Nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
that was a different type of horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a bad movie.
Yeah.
But Scary Hospital.
Scary hospitals. I love that shit. Halloween too. You said absolutely. Number of X-Files movies. Nobody knows how to put lights on in a hospital in these movies.
I'm trying to save energy.
Scream and-
man.
Yeah, saving lives and energy.
You
The
can't
lights.
just walk into a hospital and kill people. Just if any of you listeners
Not anymore,
are having
anyway,
that
no.
idea, as someone who's worked at a hospital, it
There's a
can't
lot of
be
people
done.
there. It's hard.
There's a lot
At
of
least they get
people.
away with it.
It's very well lit.
Yeah. Somebody will see.
There are no shadows to slink in and out of.
Yeah.
A guy like Lothar is definitely going to be noticeable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And he climbs in through a window, doesn't he?
Of course
It's like,
he
Yeah.
does.
Very spry.
And the windows don't
Very
open.
spry for a big guy.
He's
Hospital
not-
windows don't open. They don't want patients leaping out.
Yeah, hospital windows.
All the girlies say
Pig man.
he's pretty spry for
A
a big
pig
guy.
man.
Pig man.
He's a pig man.
The pig man, Jerry.
He's a pig man. I had another hospital scene. It popped in my head and then I forgot. I'm
Scream?
sorry.
The Scream-
No,
the newer Scream movie?
no. There is. What the hell was? Oh, the Godfather scene in the hospital. It's not as scary. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
menacing. It's all quiet. They got to move Marlon
Right.
Brando's room. Yeah, that's great.
What's wrong with the movie? To me, I agree about the fighting. I think there's not enough of the actual Rocketeer. Like I said, the iconic image of him with the gun on top of the Zeppelin makes me want more superhero Rocketeer. And he, it was very much an origin story, and like we said, he's just learning, he's figuring it all out. So, it would have been kind of cool to see him kind of figure it all out a little bit quicker and have some more like actual.
I don't know. I just would have liked those scenes to be a little, maybe like a minute or two longer.
Yeah.
Where there's some kicks, a couple of punches.
Sword fights.
Maybe somebody gets hit with a fucking 2x4 or something, like
Right.
shit happening. Yeah, just very quick.
Anything that work for you?
That didn't work for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were goofing on it earlier, Tito. Lothar's mask, it doesn't articulate, and every time he tries to say the rocket, his mouth is just like a slit that just kind of, the rocket. It's like when he's, they shouldn't film him from the front when he's speaking because it's then that you
Or
can
at all.
tell
Because
that
it's very a flat face.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can immediately tell that it's a mask, and it just takes you right out of it.
It's because a worm ate half his brain.
Where's the rocket?
Where's the rocket?
Could you see the mouth within the mouth, like Rawhead Rex?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I should
Yeah.
look for it.
I didn't
Yeah.
either, actually.
Yeah.
They should
I
have
like
kept
the
him,
makeup
more in
like
shadow.
it-
I'm too busy looking at the makeup.
It's fixated, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, this makeup's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool until he speaks in
Until
it.
he
And
does,
it's
yeah.
like it's immediate. It's like, all right,
I
this
don't
is
get it.
this is an off the shelf mask.
Just dub it. Just dub it.
Yeah,
With
seriously.
this fucking weirdo voice.
Yeah. That was the
Where's
only
the
thing.
rocket?
And that always bugged me. From the first time I watched it, that always bugged me. Like, it was funny when you started doing it, Tito. I was like, the rocket. I'm like, I got to talk about that later.
Not good.
Tito, what doesn't work for you?
So the fight thing, I could use more laughs in this movie because I feel like its aim is to be fun and wholesome and family friendly, and it is. But there are parts that are just you're getting story, but I feel like there's laughs to be had in there. That's why I like the W.C. Fields. It's kind of random, like is it an attempt at comedy?
Yeah.
But it just is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Why I love the scene with Malcolm kind of just giving all the info up and getting hit. It's just a fucking funny scene.
Yeah.
Just in the movie. And it just adds something to the film if there isn't as much action or things going on in certain points. I would have liked a little more laughter, which I think, I don't know. I like Joe Johnston. I think he's like, maybe I feel like he's kind of a middle of the pack guy though.
Yeah.
You know, he makes fun,
Right.
good movies.
He did, and then he
But
made
nothing
Jurassic
like
Park 3.
rocks
so,
my world.
No, I know.
Right.
But he's made some cool movies
He has.
after Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Like there are movies that he's done that I liked.
He's good.
Yeah.
Captain
He's just
America.
kind of middle of the road.
I mean, and this had a lot of serious stuff. Like that scene is such a contrast to the other diner scene because when the mobsters are there, there's really no comedy.
It's not funny.
Like it reminded me for a second when they were like kind of not giving it up about Roger Rabbit, but like it's totally not.
And then
like
they try
that.
to fry the guy's face.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It gets very like dark and.
I want to get back. Joe Johnston, he directed Jumanji.
Oh, that's right.
He directed Jurassic Park 3. He directed Hidalgo.
I love Hidalgo.
I like that
I never
one.
saw Hidalgo.
He directed the
fun.
Wolfman remake with
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah,
There's your answer.
the aforementioned Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah, see, he that movie, that's another thing. Kind of like the Rocketeer, it didn't deliver the right kind. Like the Wolfman, not enough scares.
He
This
directed
movie, not
Honey, I
enough
Shrunk the
laughs.
Kids. That was his
right.
first
That's a good
directorial.
movie.
Yeah, that was a very
Great
good
movie.
That had a lot of
Anti.
humor in it. And of course, he started off doing visual effects for Star Wars. He was part of the ILM crew with George Lucas.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's
Star Wars.
That's it.
yeah. Like he's got movies. They're good movies.
Fun fact: he designed the original Boba Fett costume.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he did.
So you have him to blame for the pants. And then he does the Rocketeer. Just
Yes.
for you. He's
Yeah.
like, you want to see a cool hero
Yes.
in cargo pants, Brian? Here it is. There you go.
This one does a little more.
Yes. Some people just know where their wheelhouse is and they just stick to it.
Tito, anything else not work?
No,
No.
just that.
I already said it. It's silly. Everything conveniently just placed or there, one right after the other. There's no time for any discovery or exploration or thinking or trying to come up with everything. It's you don't have to walk anywhere. There's everything you need to go from point A to point B to see the blueprints. Oh, there they are. Oh, look, I turned my head. There's the picture of Jenny and Will or whatever. Oh, that's okay. And there's the number and here's the sheet of paper. There's the Rocketeer. There's the sword. There's the blimp. Like, there's no build up to anything.
Yeah.
We're just kind of skipping from the one thing to the other to just keep it moving. But it's still a fun movie.
Favorite or least favorite? I mean, favorite and least favorite characters. For me, favorite is a toss up because Jenny, obviously, she's fucking gorgeous. She's like you said, Tito, magnetic. Every time she's on the screen, you're just like in awe. I was so in love with her growing up, but I love Eddie. I love Paul Sorvino's Eddie Valentine. He's like we said, he's badass. He delivers the most, that iconic line that I love so much. He kind of brings a gravitas a little bit, like a different level of it than Dalton does, because Dalton obviously, British and kind of, fancy,
aloof,
right?
Yeah.
But he holds his own against him. He's not just physically, you can see that he would probably beat him up.
Yeah.
But also just like
even when he's working for him, he's standing up for what he believes
when they
in.
share the screen, like their scenes together are really, really great. So that they're my favorites.
He's not being overshadowed by Dalton when they're on the screen together.
Not like the guy he stabs on the set.
Yeah. Right.
And my least favorite, you actually mentioned her, Patsy, the kid. I think she's annoying.
Oh man, she's
the little
cute.
girl.
She's not really needed.
Little kid.
Random.
Smiling.
And she just doesn't serve a purpose. She doesn't do anything special other than like get yelled at and then immediately apologize to. She just adds some youth to the airfield crew.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I don't know. Just sorry, kid.
Sorry, kid.
I think she's all right. She'll
You
be all
had a
right.
shot.
My favorite, I think I'm going to go with Alan Arkin. I like Peevy.
Not Alan Alda?
Not Alan Alda. No,
That's MASH. Yo. Well,
no, I'm going with Alan Arkin. I love Peevy. He's Cliff's conscience. He tries to rein him in the whole time, and then by the end of the movie, he's all in on rebuilding the rocket engine for him. He's just a great character. He's a lot of fun too. He's got a lot of the best lines with.
He's a good actor too.
Alan Arkin's great in everything.
He was in Indian Summer. Did you ever see that? Where the adults go back to the summer camp that they grew up going to.
Oh, you were talking about that.
No, I didn't.
Diane Lane's in it. Alan Arkin plays
Alan Alda.
No, I know Arkin.
Alan Arkin.
He plays Alan Alda in
Peevy.
the movie.
He plays the guy who ran the camp, who they all kind of uncle whatever.
Oh, okay.
Alan
and he's
Peevy.
really good in it. He's such a kind of he's got that sweet old man kind of.
He's great. Little Miss Sunshine. He's fucking fantastic
great,
in
Little
that
Miss
movie.
Sunshine.
Dude, So I Married an Axe Murderer.
yeah.
Get
Oh,
Smart.
that's right. He's the chief.
Hey,
Chief.
Paisan. It's not Paisan, it's Paisan.
I don't really report to a commissioner.
It's a quorum, so to speak. A quorum. Hey, somebody needs a hug.
Yeah.
So he's your favorite.
He's my favorite, and I love Terry O'Quinn popping up as Howard Hughes. It's another amazing character. Yeah, this movie's got a lot of them. It's tough to pick just one.
Do you have a least favorite?
I really don't.
The little girl.
No, I'm not going with the little girl. There's nobody.
What's the little girl? What little girl?
Yeah, no.
Who you think you got, Kelsey Grammer?
Kelsey
Clinton.
Kelsey Clinton. Kelsey Grammer. Chelsea Grammer.
What's that
Chelsea
name?
Fields. So no, they're all good.
They're all good.
My favorite character is Jenny. I just love her. I can't not pick her.
Yeah.
She's the greatest of all time. I'm gonna honestly, my least favorite is Peevy.
Yeah?
Really?
I can't tell if Alan Arkin is trying to pretend to be bad at acting in this movie, but sometimes when he delivers his lines, it's very just like, no, Cliff, no. But he's very
That's
good.
what I love about
he's
him.
a great actor. I can't tell if he got hit in the head with something and that's the character, like this idiot savant of sorts who can build anything, but the real world is just too confusing for him. Because he plays it with this just very strange life is. I don't understand things except for airplanes. I just something about the way he's delivering his lines is just so stagnant or confusing to me.
You know what I found funny is that when he's talking about his past love, the girl, right?
Yeah.
And they say,
why would you want to date her?
You haven't had a date since 1932, which is only 6 years previous to this movie.
Yeah.
So it's
That's all he
not
needed.
bad. That's the last time I got laid. No,
That's it.
It happens.
I found robots.
But even then, he's like, why would you want to go on a date? It's like, okay. But he's a good actor.
Alan
very
Arkin.
good. This cast is very good.
Yeah.
But for what the way he plays the character, I just can't.
Yeah.
It just something doesn't work for me.
In every Alan Arkin movie I watch, whether he's good or not, he always has this look on his face like he can't believe he's in the movie. He's got one expression on his face.
wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
It's always like,
I'm in a movie.
oh, I'm here. I remember
wig
a few
throws me a
years
little bit,
back,
too.
remember we talked about Santa Claus 3 and how he's in that. He's Elizabeth Mitchell's father.
Oh,
and
I
remember
forgot
how
about
we
that.
just talked about him through the whole movie going, oh, that makes you, oh, Santa Claus, which, oh. And it's like he's figuring out the script right then and there. I feel like Alan Arkin does that in all his films. Even in something like So I Married an Axe Murderer, he has that face when he's like, was it too much with the ethnic slurs?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what he's doing throughout this whole movie. Oh,
Alan was still
she's
rolling.
the axe murderer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's just trying to
I think it's a
figure the
shtick.
movie out.
I think
It's probably
it works for
shtick.
him.
He's
I
great
think
to
so,
watch,
too.
Yeah.
but
Sometimes I can't tell. I feel
Yeah,
like
it is hard to
he's
tell.
trying not to try.
Right.
Right.
Is what it feels
Yeah.
like to me.
Yeah.
that's that expression. It does get in the way.
In Axe Murderer, he has this like grin every time he says the lines.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, all right, was he trying to hold it in and not break character?
If you watch that enough, I feel like he's either trying not to break character or he's looking over and somebody's holding cards the way Christopher Walken would do it. You know,
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Stay out of this. This is strictly homicide, but he's looking on screen. He's not looking at Anthony LaPaglia. LaPaglia. Thank you.
Mark, favorite?
I like monsters. My favorite's Lothar. I can't say his name, but I love him. And despite the mouth thing, which I didn't notice, but I believe you. I'm sure it is. I like monsters.
Where is it?
He reminds me of a Dick Tracy character. Like,
totally, definitely.
Who's the dude that lives kids?
The Tramp.
The Tramp.
Like
Yes,
the Tramp.
he
In the
reminds me
beginning.
of that character.
He's got that big anvil-like face, and
Right.
he's got a menacing presence. He looks like something out of a comic book.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. That dude he just stands out.
By Lothar's hammer.
Yeah.
I will avenge thee.
It's my favorite. I love the makeup. I love monsters. I love
You shall be
henchmen.
avenged.
I love guys that get calls to do a job.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Calling the big gun.
Unless it's the dude from Horrible Bosses getting called to pee on people. I don't like those kind of.
Do you have a least favorite?
You know,
The little girl.
no.
No, okay.
I don't really. All the rest of them are. I mean, Jennifer Connelly doesn't even count. She's in her own special box seat place, whatever. You know, she's got her own private.
She's the queen.
She's the queen.
things going
She's
She doesn't
MVP
count
for
in any
everybody.
of this. Yeah. So, you know, she's not even in this. She is in the movie, but she's the best at everything. So let's just take her out of the equation. Everybody else is just kind of the same to me.
Yeah.
They're not bad. They're not good. You know, Paul Sorvino, you made some great points about that. Timothy Dalton maybe he's awesome too, but like you said, a little underused. I don't know. There's underused. It's tough. I don't think I have one. I'm trying to think of one, and there's nobody that stands out where I'm like, awful.
Yeah.
It's a kid.
Yeah.
It's a kid.
It wasn't the kid. The kid was like, oh, that's the little girl. You know, that's somebody's daughter.
MVP, Timothy Dalton for me. He's so good at being charming and evil. He's the perfect villain. He fit the part perfectly for this. I loved him.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Timothy Dalton as well. A hero is only as good as his bad guy. And Timothy Dalton, like you said, is charming up until the part where he's revealed that he's evil.
Right.
And boy, does he go all in on the evil.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Although he doesn't turn on the German accent until
the
he's
very
on
end.
the actual Zeppelin.
Which is weird because was he never British?
Yeah, he's German the whole time. Imagine that. Trying to do the German.
Acting.
He's acting.
Love
in
me the
reverse.
fish and chips.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to split it with Jenny, Jennifer Connelly, MVP too, because she's never looked better. I think this is the one movie where I think that was perfect Jennifer. Yeah. Before she started getting a little angular, she started to lose the baby fat. After
That's the thing. She never should have lost that baby
But
fat.
but then she wouldn't be. She lost a lot of weight. And, she looks very narrow and
she does.
pointy.
She looks angular. She
She's
she doesn't look the same as she did back
I still
then.
love her face. Man.
Oh yeah, no, she's still great,
Yeah.
but never as good as she was back in the Rocketeer.
For sure. I'm gonna run her up Timothy Dalton. I actually think the Rocketeer wins this.
Yeah?
Is the MVP, the character itself.
Yeah.
It's just very cool.
It's
the
hard not to
costume
pick
is
that.
badass, the
Yeah.
helmet, the fucking rocket pack itself.
Yeah,
Like, I would love to see them try to do this again, because I think it would be really fucking cool if they tried now, because the effects in it for 91 aren't bad.
No.
It looks cool. It's blatant that he's not on the fucking screen or flying around. But what they could do now, I feel like it would be so cool, because the character is very cool.
wasn't there talk of redoing it?
Oh
Possibly.
yes, there's So 2021, I think. I forget who it was, but was it Oyelowo?
David Oyelowo.
David Oyelowo?
Yeah.
Was it the Rocketeer? Oh, that sounds absolutely right.
Yeah, and it was going to be like basically a Tuskegee, a retired
Tuskegee Airman?
Yeah, Tuskegee Airman.
that
finds
would
the
be
rock.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So-
I do remember that. That
And
fucking disappeared into the
Yeah,
ether.
to the ether.
I forget who it was. It was either him.
It was
or-
David
Was it?
Oyelowo. Yeah.
Go me.
Look at you.
The Return of the
Yeah.
Rocketeer.
So I mean, I haven't heard anything about it since, but
There's nothing
it
going
was
on.
yeah.
It's on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Dave Stevens is. Oh well, he was
Dan-
the creator.
yeah, yep.
Matt Spicer, Eugene Ash. There's no director attached to
no.
it. So
No. Hopefully it's
But that would, I mean, that's a good premise.
yeah.
yeah,
Because because that's the thing is like, you know, you really can't do a modernized version.
No.
because it's
no, it's
No,
gotta
it
be
works better in the past.
Like, the technology
I would prefer to
doesn't
see
hit.
the
Yeah.
throwback,
Yeah.
or even the 30s
So-
or whatever. But yeah, the idea of the character is very, very fun.
Right.
MVP.
The Rocketeer design and the flying effects. I mean, kind of what you were touching on over there. Yeah, you know, Will Campbell's fine as the actor, but I mean, he's all right. But the suit itself is awesome, and I think the flying effects are great.
Yeah.
Who's a better actor in '91?
Oh, who
Who's
could do
somebody
it?
back
Who's
then?
somebody
Yeah.
that they could
A lot. There's-
get?
I forget the
Well,
list
who's
of
there?
people that they wanted. There was
Is Alec Baldwin's hair too black because it matches Jennifer Connolly too closely?
Oh, you
the
think
hair's-
that would? That,
Because I feel like he would have been.
that
a
children
you know what,
would
though?
look amazing.
He's not as
Jonathan
tall, but I
Frakes
feel like he
without
would
the
look
beard?
great. Someone like that, I think, would look great too.
Would have been awesome.
Because fun fact, Billy Campbell was up for the Riker's part, and he lost out to Jonathan Frakes. So wouldn't it
he
be
showed
funny
up
if they
in that
and then he
outrageous Ukana
Yes.
episode?
You think he's got
So-
the star power?
Jonathan Frakes?
Yeah,
Let's see. Back then,
maybe not.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I like the casting. I just wonder
Yeah.
if he's got the star power.
I mean, but Bill Campbell and Jennifer Connelly had good chemistry.
I agree.
I mean, they ended up dating.
They
for a
dated for
while
like
after
5
this.
years
5
after
years.
this movie.
Yeah,
how do you fucking not try to date her though?
I
is the
know
thing.
exactly. It's, but like really
Everybody's trying to date her.
Everybody, everyone.
You son of a bitch. Paul Bettany, you son of a bitch. Good for you, man. Good for you. He got his Oscar.
Even Alan Alda got in on it.
Yeah.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda, the whole gang.
Hello, Jennifer. That's my Alan Alda.
That's very good.
Face he makes.
award for What Are You Doing Here? Like we've already said, there's so many good character actors, especially within the airfield crew. You got William Sanderson, who's from Newhart, Eddie Jones,
And Blade Runner.
Yep. Michael Milhoon is one of the thugs in the diner. He's very recognizable. Ed Lautner, who plays Agent Fitch, he's been in a ton of shit.
He's in True Romance. He's the Chris Penn and Tom Sizemore's captain. Ed Lauter.
He plays an asshole in a lot of things.
He does.
And
He's
then
Christian Slater's dad in Gleaming the Cube.
There you go. No.
Is he?
Yeah. He's only in like
I
2
don't know if
scenes.
I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
That's
You should, it's fun.
skateboarding one.
Yeah.
Right?
Mystery. It's a mystery.
Yeah, it's Christian
Trying to
Slater.
solve a murder.
We
It's fucking awesome.
and we mentioned Millie. Her name's Margot Martindale. She was also on Cocaine Bear.
That's who it is.
Yes.
Oh,
The
she's in
freaking
Cocaine
you're
shit.
Bear.
thinking of?
That's who I'm thinking
Yeah.
of. Thank you.
Yes, she
I
was.
knew she looked.
And I mentioned it. She's awesome on The Americans. Early on, she's their handler.
Yeah,
and
she's great in Cocaine.
really really good.
Yeah, I like her. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was going to say Max Grodenchik. Like you said, there's a lot of them. Margot, Max Grodenchik, who played Wilmer.
Yep.
Clint Howard was in this movie.
yeah, very briefly.
I don't remember seeing him, but I
He's,
remember seeing his name in the credits. He played a guy named Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Was he
let's
like
see.
on the
It's
airfield?
me. I'm played by
I
Clint
I
Howard.
want to say that he was like at Howard Hughes's hangar or something.
Oh yeah,
It was a very small like he like takes a piece of paper and
Clint Howard Hughes.
right.
I see what you did.
And Terry O'Quinn, he's great. He's an awesome character actor. Love seeing him and everything. So yeah, like you said, Derek, there's a ton of people I could pick from.
Nice.
Melora Hardin. I was genuinely surprised this time watching
Yeah.
it. And I had to have been last time I saw it.
Yeah.
Where I forget that it's her every time. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, Jan from The Office.
That's mine too.
Yep.
So it always, every
Jan
time I see this
Levinson
movie,
Gold.
I'm just like, oh, fucking Jan from The Office.
That was my reaction.
Very
as
nice
well.
voice.
Yeah.
I like that
Oh,
song.
Jan.
The beginning.
I believe she is. What the hell is the name of that? Was it Absolute Power, where the president commits murder?
Clint, with Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman strangles a prostitute,
Per usual.
and it's Jan from The Office.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But I can't. Yeah. Was he
I think you're
president?
right.
He's the president,
Yeah.
right? Which
It's
was
not
mind
no.
blowing back then because the president would never do anything so heinous.
No.
But
Absolute power.
Absolute Power, right? That's her, I believe. Maybe
Gene
I'm
Hackman
wrong.
plays the president. Per usual. I was like, Unforgiven? I don't know.
Yeah, Unforgiven.
That's not it.
He played the president in Unforgiven.
He strangles Morgan Freeman after having
Oh,
that's right.
Morgan Freeman's the prostitute in that movie.
Morgan Freeman's like, you love it, you've got to put a ring on it.
Yeah, Melora Hardin, Christy Sullivan, excuse me.
Christy Swanson.
Yeah, Christy Sullivan. That's got a good cast.
It's a good movie, actually.
So
he's
she's
like
your
a
pick, too?
like a thief. Yeah, that was my watching it last night. I had a call. It was going to be the pawnbroker from The Crow. Shit on me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
But then when I saw Jan, I was like, nope, that's the one.
Yeah. And the guy that played Malcolm, the one that did the clown act
Oh,
on the
yeah.
plane, he played the bad guy in one of my favorite movies, Sneakers.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yes, it's him and the dude from 30-something.
Yeah, he's the one who keeps hitting
Yeah, they're
Robert Redford over the head with the
Yeah.
butt of his gun, and then he gives it back to him at the end.
They're
How do
pretending-
you like it?
What do they pretend, like NSA agents?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what they're called?
Yeah,
NSA?
NSA. No,
Yeah.
you're the guys that we hear breathing on the end of our phone. No, that's the FBI.
He's the bad guy in there.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. What's that actor's name from 30-something?
Oh, yeah, shit.
Shit.
He was in.
He's Poindexter.
He
in
was also
Revenge
in
of the Nerds.
A Field of Dreams. He was Kevin Costner's brother-in-law too. Tried to get him to sell the farm. What the fuck is his name? That guy. What the fuck is his name?
I can't remember his name.
Tito's looking at it.
Yeah.
He was in. He did the voice of Rocket too on.
Rocket.
Timothy Busfield. Timothy Busfield.
Yeah, that's him. Timothy Busfield.
Timothy Busfield.
It's pronounced Busfield.
Oh no, he's not Rocky. He plays Star-Lord on those.
On the What Ifs?
Yeah.
Oh.
The audio ones.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh,
those.
okay.
Okay.
The Wasteland.
The Wastelanders.
That's what they're called.
All
Yeah,
right.
Wastelanders.
Well,
Sneakers.
that's the
a good one.
Rocketeer.
Nice.
That's
Excellent.
fantastic. Well done, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie. Highly recommended by all of us.
Yeah,
Another one.
absolutely.
Another
See it
great-
if you've
we're
never
doing
seen it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun.
So that's 2 in a row.
Cool.
We'll break the streak next week.
Let's see how we'll see what next week delivers, huh?
I got a feeling Brian's right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Based on that trailer I saw.
Oh, I didn't watch the trailer yet.
Is it the trailer?
It's
You
gonna be
saw
all
the
new to me.
trailer?
Didn't
Not
I
last
show you
time,
the
but the
trailer?
time before.
Yeah.
maybe?
You weren't
I
there?
didn't. No.
You were here?
Where were you?
I don't think so.
Did you go
had
to
to
you
have
have a
been
bathroom
here.
break?
Did
I
we
did- I
watch it
did.
before he showed up?
No,
Maybe
no. I
not.
think it was.
No,
I think
it
it
was
was.
at the
No,
end.
because that was the
getting ready
first
to-
one last week.
It was
Yeah.
before we watched Spies Like Us, I thought.
Yeah.
We watched the trailer for
Yeah, I
it.
showed you guys the trailer.
I don't remember watching
They were
it.
probably pooping.
Oh wow, you put it out of your mind.
Well, I can't wait. Grab hold of your socks and watch on. All right. What's making our geek flag fly, gentlemen? Derek?
I watched Saturday Night. The Saturday Night
Oh, I
Live.
thought that was
Good
fun.
movie.
Yeah, really, really good.
Yeah.
Jason Reitman
Directed.
directed it. Awesome movie. And I didn't realize until I started watching it that the whole thing takes place on the eve of the original.
Oh,
It,
the
it,
first
it takes
episode.
place an hour and a half
Yeah.
before it goes on air.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like just them putting,
Yeah. And
getting
it
ready
seems
put
to
the
be
show
like
on.
in real time
And
too.
it's
What's going
I
on?
love the way that it's filmed, and it's like so chaotic.
Oh, it's chaos. Yeah.
Where it's just like, and I like movies like that. There's like behind the scenes of a stage play or something like that.
Noises off.
Yeah.
Noises off.
Yeah.
The other one I was thinking of was the Prairie Home Companion.
Okay. Yeah.
Where it's
yeah.
like it's a radio
Yeah.
show, but it's on
Yeah.
stage, and like they're all the stuff that's happening.
Radio
behind the
Land
scenes.
Murders.
Oh, that's a fun movie.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that's a fun movie.
The cast is fucking amazing. Corey Michael Smith, who played the Riddler on Gotham as Chevy Chase, like
Oh, cool.
That's right. He was
spot on. Like and Dylan O'Brien is as Dan Aykroyd. Garrett Morris's son plays him. Lamorne Morris. Nicholas Braun, who I forget what stuff he's been in, but he did double duty. He
Wait a
plays
minute,
Andy
Lamorne
Kaufman.
Morris, is that Winston from New Girl?
Yes,
That's Garrett Morris.
that's Garrett Morris's son.
I had
Yeah.
no fucking clue.
Yep.
Shout out Winston.
Yeah, and I guess
I love Winston from
and
New
he
Girl.
lost like 40 pounds to play his father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
no kidding.
Nicholas Braun plays Andy Kaufman and Jim Henson. His Jim Henson is fantastic.
Yeah. They don't know how to write for Muppets. I would appreciate it if the cast stops leaving the Muppets in compromising positions.
Someone hung Big Bird and
and
with
effigy.
a belt. Nicholas Padani does an awesome Billy Crystal, and J.K. Simmons
as
shows up
Uncle Milty.
Milton Berle. Hilarious. He's
Him and his big penis.
It's mentioned in the
yeah,
Of course it
he
is.
has and I guess behind the scenes, he had a prosthetic penis that he wore underneath the pants to
Yeah.
give him the bulge, and I guess he was filming something and it fell out. Everybody cracked up.
Was it when he was dancing on the other show?
Oh yeah, doing the little
the little cha-cha.
But the whole cast just totally captures it.
Yeah.
It was a really cool movie.
It's streaming now on
It's on
Paramount?
Netflix.
Oh, is it Netflix?
It might be on Paramount too. I mean, Peacock.
Peacock.
Because that's where SNL's on.
Peacock is doing a lot of SNL 50 stuff.
Right, because their anniversaries. They're having a big special.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm a fan. I've always
Same.
been a fan of that show. I know that they've had some seasons where they weren't as strong as some
Hey,
of the
it's
others.
been on for 50 years. They're not all going to be winners.
They still have sketches that
yeah.
hit it right out of
Oh,
the park.
yeah.
And the
And-
Weekend Update stuff is great.
Yeah.
And the people, like, you know, the comedians that show has helped launch and kind of bring to the forefront of you know, pop culture. Like, just
Horatio Sands.
Oh, for sure.
No, there's probably others too.
no.
Sherry O'Terry, all those cats.
Sherry O'Terry.
That's right.
You want to buy some cookies? Chris Kattan, the legend.
Anna Gasteyer. They're all gone now.
Sweaty balls.
Not gone, but
Good
like,
times,
I love
good
those.
times.
the
Good
sweaty
times.
balls. Yeah.
Molly Shannon.
Molly
is
Shannon's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Saturday night.
Good pick.
Well, yeah, I heard it's a really good movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the movie theater with my dad in the fall when it was out, and it just started streaming last month, so I watched it again not that long ago. Quinn and I watched it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody to see it too, Derek. Good pick. Thanks. So last night I went to the movies with my dad, my brother.
Tuesday nights, yeah.
Saw Hard Eyes.
Oh, is that fun?
I loved it.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Dude,
What's
it's
Hard Eyes?
Hard Eyes
It's
is
a
a slasher
slasher.
movie, but it's also a rom-com. And it's got like all the tropes from romantic comedies in it. Like they've got like the meet cute. They've got the girl getting almost fired from her job, and the guy that she had the meet cute with at the coffee shop turns out to be the guy that's taking over for her job later on. But this Hard Eyes killer only targets lovers on Valentine's Day. That's his thing. He's struck in Boston, he's struck in Philadelphia, and now he's in Seattle.
Okay.
Where this movie takes place. And they somehow managed to throw out like titles for other rom-coms as like lines in the movie, like you know, you got to go to the airport and stop him from going to his best friend's wedding, and you got to
And I'm sure Sleepless in Seattle.
they do all of them.
That
All
looks
of them.
cool. Yeah,
You know,
so
that's one of the
true.
10 things I hate about you.
Oh, that's funny.
Any I'll have what she's having. I feel like that would be thrown in there.
No, they didn't do that
All
one.
right.
No.
Who's in it?
No.
Oh, they made a commercial.
Anybody
for that.
recognize
They did make a commercial
They
there.
look like shit.
I do want to see that though. I'm
The
glad you
kid
liked it.
from the Scream movies that plays Randy's nephew.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
twins.
yeah.
The male twin.
Okay.
Is in it. He was the only person I remember.
So it's
Olivia Holt. I don't know
Olivia
what the fuck
Holt.
she's in.
Yes. Why did
all
she
right,
not
I
look
like
at the
Olivia
top?
Holt.
Oh, is she Dagger? And I never watched that show. Cloak
Yes.
and Dagger.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
about
Totally
that show.
Killer. She's in Totally Killer.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
wasn't totally killer. The girl from the Fast and Furious movies. There.
Oh, Jordana Brewster.
Jordana Brewster's in it.
okay.
She plays. That's funny too because she plays a detective named Shaw, and her partner, played by Devin Sawa, is named Hobbs. And they called it out on it. So they're like, "I'm Detective Shaw. This is Detective Hobbs." And they're like, "Hobbs and Shaw, really? Like the movie?" And they're like, "We never saw it." They're like, "What are you talking about? We never saw that."
That sounds fun.
It's a funny,
Cool.
fun movie. I encourage everybody
Valentine's
to see
Day's coming up.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll
I'll
check
take
it out.
Sarah to see
Hard
that.
Eyes.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Oh.
Really fun movie.
Sounds like a good date movie.
Devin
Check it out.
Sawa. I thought he was.
Yes,
Oh,
same with
Devin
me.
Sawa
Oh.
shows up in things.
Yeah,
man.
and I saw his name pop up in the credits, and then I was like, "Holy shit, he's the detective."
Yep. Idle Hands.
Mm-hmm.
He's
That's right.
He's kind of coming back in things.
Was he in Holes? Devin Sawa?
Holes?
No.
I need holes.
No, that's
what's his
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf
Was
in it.
he,
Yeah, but I thought he was in it too.
But he was in something that was
Thanksgiving?
Like around that
Was he in
time.
Thanksgiving? No.
No.
No, he's
I'm
not
thinking of
You're
something
thinking
else.
like new stuff?
Yeah, I remember seeing him like, oh, that.
He was in a horror
Devin
movie
Sawa,
like fairly
yeah.
recently. Not that
I mean,
one.
outside of like SLC Punk and fucking Final Destination, I don't.
Oh, that's
Casper.
What I'm thinking
No,
of.
he was Casper. he was Casper's
Casper.
human form. at
Oh,
the end.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
Was he on Chucky?
No, that's Patrick Dempsey.
That's what he was on. He was on the. He's on the Chucky show.
Yes.
That's
He
right.
was in
Yes,
Chucky?
yes.
Yep. He's on the show.
But he was
Okay.
in something else too. It was
Black
a movie,
Friday?
not a series. Black Friday.
Oh, that's
in
right.
that?
That's right. He works with
Where the hell is he?
Bruce Campbell.
Who are you people?
Who are all you people?
Oh, that's
Consumed?
right.
I don't know. Consume.
That was the movie that was filmed here in North Attleboro,
Yeah.
Black Friday,
Yep.
with Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, at the Babies R Us.
Yes, yeah.
Hacks.
Oh, and he was in Now and Then. That's right.
Now and
I
yeah.
forgot about that. That's a good movie. I like that movie.
The Fanatic Escape Plan. Are you thinking of Escape Plan, Mark?
No, I'm looking for it now. You guys can keep talking. I'll fire it in there.
All right.
I'm all set. That was me. I just everybody should go see Heart Eyes when
Yeah,
you get
I
a chance. It's
definitely wanna see
fun.
that
It's a
movie.
lot of fun.
I saw a trailer. Looked cool.
Yeah.
Nothing new. I finally saw Dune Part 2 after seeing Dune 1 so fucking long ago.
Yep.
I had to rewatch Part 1. Which
That's a lot of time, Tito.
Dude, yeah, I know. I had to watch Part 2 in 2 parts. I kind of gave up. Great movie. I'll never see it again.
Yeah.
I'll probably never see either of them again.
No.
Like, I forced myself to watch 1 so I could remember it for 2. They're almost 3 hours long, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not watching those movies ever again. But Part 2 is very, very good. It's a lot of fun. Great actors, great cast. Javier Bardem is so fucking good in the second one. I really like his character. And Timothy Chalamet as
Was he Stilgar?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
As
Stilgar.
big of a fucking pussy as he looks.
I know.
Like, he's got some fucking cool ass fight scenes in that movie. Like, I wouldn't have liked him for Paul Atreides, but he's pretty fucking good in this movie.
Yeah.
And then shout out Ronan. My son, he had his driver's test yesterday. He got his license.
All right.
So he's a fully licensed individual.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, stay safe out there, guys. Because there's a 17-year-old boy driving around. Watch out. He'll get you.
Yeah. Well, soon it'll
They
be
will.
our daughters. Next year, Mark and
Don't remind me. Are
they like-
cleaner room?
Mark's
Are they
daughter and my
talking
daughter.
about it? Are they like, we want to get?
Yeah, they're talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they definitely want to do it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
Thank God I have many years to go.
I think you do, Derek. I saw Monster Summer. You guys were talking about it last
Yeah.
week. I saw it. I really liked it. A lot of fun. Was it you that said you didn't like the ending?
Yeah, I kind of.
Why didn't you like the ending? I'm curious. I thought the ending was good.
Yeah.
All the kids going back to normal and
Nobody dies.
yeah,
Not
no,
enough
no,
consequence.
No.
It was good. It was a good, like, it's like a good kid scary movie.
Yeah.
Little kids, I
Yeah.
think, can watch it.
Was
but
it like PG-13?
It's PG-13.
Yeah.
You know, there's some scary moments in it, but it's really not that bad. Mel Gibson's great in it. The kids are all good. And it's, you know, you don't get a witch movie very often these days. An old school kind of witch movie, and I liked it. Yeah. I felt like I seeing it as a kid, or had I had seen it in a kid, because it felt like one of those old movies that should have come out when I was a kid, and I probably would have loved it even more, like Monster Squad. I would have grown up with it, and thought, this is one of the greatest movies ever. So it was good.
It makes me think. Have you seen Summer of '84?
Yes.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Very similar to that.
Great movie. Another
that and the Clove Hitch Killer.
That one I haven't seen.
That one's decent.
Clove Hitch
Yeah,
Killer.
the Clove Hitch Killer. I believe it's on Shudder. I don't
I'll
have
check it
anymore,
out. The Summer of '84 is a very good movie.
Yeah.
I do like that one. And this was really good, too. And talk about being late to the party. I finally saw The Nice Guys, which you guys have talked about this so many times in the past, and I thought I had seen it, but I think I confused it with other movies with nice names, like The Gentleman or Kiss Kiss, Bang Bang. I don't know. But Sarah and I watched it. We absolutely loved it. Nice Guys, another Shane Black home run.
Yeah.
This movie is so good.
He's really good at
Starring
writing
Russell
like
much
Crowe
fun.
and Ryan
two
Gosling.
characters that don't fit, that
my
fit
God.
perfectly.
Yeah.
I never had a problem with Ryan Gosling, but he's impressed me more and more as an actor.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You know, not just like a pretty boy. Like, dude can act.
He really is
and
fantastic
he is
in that
very
movie.
funny.
He's hilarious. in that
He
movie.
is very funny. And finally, I'm already on season 2 of Bosch. I brought it up last week. I just started watching the show.
Oh,
I
you've really been binging it.
absolutely love this show. This show has if you like thrillers, detective shows, you know, this is it. Titus Welliver is amazing in it. And season 2 has Matthew Lillard. And
Oh, no kidding.
And, you
Oh,
know,
and I heard he's really good in it.
he's good.
Yeah.
He can act. Like, I always knew he could act, but he always had the goofy, you know, can't keep my spit in my mouth kind of character actors he always played. He showed up at the end of Five Nights at Freddy. Well, that's all right. But, like, he's really good in this show. And the dude's got some acting chops to him. So this show, I can't say enough good things about it. It's very, very suspenseful. Awesome cast. Lance Reddick, I brought him up last week. Like, just everybody in this show is super cool. I'm just going to keep bringing up each season I watch. So there it is. Those are mine.
Cool.
Awesome.
No,
Geek
that's-
flags, guys.
That's it. You know, Right? Did I
Yeah.
miss that?
Yeah.
You know, as I mentioned, I often stated that I saw The Nice Guys when I didn't actually, because I'm stupid and old and confuse movies now. I'm at that point. I'm sure there are many other episodes where you can hear me go, oh, yeah, Nice Guys, good movie. You want to know where they are? Brian, where can they go?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
gdpodcast.com. And as Mark just said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and you will never miss an upcoming episode. Also, while you're there, most importantly, if you could, please leave a 5-star rating and a review. It goes a long, long way to help push our little show a bit further forward from the rest of the podcast pack. And most importantly, it helps others to find us while they're searching. We also have a Ko-fi page, and that Ko-fi page can also be linked at the website. And it's a spot where if you like the show, and we encourage you to maybe leave a small donation or a donation of any size, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. It helps keep the show going, helps keeps the lights on, helps keeps us, paying for that website that you're going to. And so if you could, please leave a small donation. It goes a long, long way to help keep the lights on. It helps keep the servers pumping. It helps keep the website going. And if you could just please and thank you, leave a small donation. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated because, as we say, podcasting is not cheap. Our social media presences are also linked to the website. We can be found at Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and the audio portion of our show can be found weekly at YouTube as well. And with that, I think that's pretty much it, gentlemen. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, everybody out there, for tuning in for another episode of Three Geeky Dads. Tune in next week when we bring you another pulp-esque, pulp-inspired, whatever movie for our Fantasy February Pulp Edition. So until next time, for Three Geeky Dads, I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
Saying goodnight and keep watching the skies, because I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me turn out bright, looking for a complication, looking because I'm tired of lying, make my way back home, and I learn to fly high.
That's right. Learn to fly.
Want to make sure I got the lyrics right.
Foo Fighters.
I'm looking for the rocket.
Where is it? Where is it? A rocket. A rocket. A rocket. A rocket. A rocket. A rocket.
There's no such thing as measles.
I'm going to take a Coke Zero. Is it okay if I take a Coke Zero,
You can
Brian?
take whatever you want.
Thank you, Brian.
Oh, I need my headphones.
Gotta have headphones. And your special cord. Still in one piece. And it's still intact. There you go.
As long as I put it over there, the cats don't bother that
Oh.
shit over there. If I leave it on the table, they go right for it. I don't know why.
It's probably haunted over there.
Could be. Jerks.
They hate ghosts. They hate ghosts.
They hate this. They like to torture them.
What a crime. It's just the bedroom. Nothing happened in there.
You are more of a game show host.
It's true. The world's gonna end on Friday.
That's right.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Day.
from
Part
Valentine's
two.
Day.
Yeah,
Bummer.
Valentine's Day 2025.
That'll be great. I'm looking forward to that.
It'll be
The end of
What,
the
so the
world
world
on
ending?
Valentine's Day?
Might as well.
Yeah. That's the day we have to
Oh, hold on.
do. What do we do on Valentine's Day? We have to please the women.
Please, yeah.
Gotta buy them chocolates
Your love.
and love. We've got to buy them love. And the Beatles said you can't buy love, but they lied.
They lied to us through song.
They did. I hate when they do that. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2,
I
1,
got
2.
nervous. The screen showed the micro SD card. I thought it was full, but it's not.
Okay.
But there was no
I must
way.
have bumped something when I was plugging in my headphones a minute ago.
Your headphones.
My headphones.
Sure, it's yours. All right, Doc Savage. Tommy, Derek Wiseau. Wiseau?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Derek. Are you ready to go?
Oh, you brought all my co-hosts.
What a good idea.
I have something for
Let's
you.
have cake.
It's Valentine's Day on Friday, Derek. You look so sexy.
Oh, that's what I gotta find something Tommy myself for Sarah to give her. That's what you know what? I gotta get. What the hell
get
was
the
the
woman who has everything?
Tattoo his face on your dick.
How? Not enough room. Not enough room. His face is big, not my dick.
I mean, the
How come
needles
your
are
dick
pretty
says
small.
wise? Just wait till it gets hard. It says wiseau.
No, it says oh, and then when it hardens, it goes oh hi.
Oh hi, it's Sarah.
Oh hi, Sarah. Insert wife's girlfriend's name here. Oh hi.
Insert into here.
He's going to show her his Wiseau face.
Huh? I'm tearing you apart. No. No. Stop, Mark. Remember what the doctors said.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. I'm just
right.
psychotic.
Hey, guys, how does the Rocketeer like his OJ?
Conceivable.
Want to come with me to see the bank, Dick?